All right, folks, here we go. Sorry, I'm using a little bit of a different setup today, so just bear with me. Dealing with computer issues and location stuff. Anyway, hopefully this is going to work better, have a better go at it. Okay, so what we're going to do today is I'm going to deliver to you guys lots of data. What I'm going to do is I'm going to deliver it in a way that is almost like an MMPI test. An MMPI test, what they do is they give you a baseline of information, a baseline of questions, basically 1,000 questions. So you answer this 1,000 questions, or these 1,000 questions, and then they put them off to the side. And then you go back in a couple weeks later, and then you answer approximately 600, maybe 700 questions using the previous set as your baseline. And all the questions are reworded and they're asked in a different way. However, they can use that baseline to assess whether or not you're telling the truth, whether or not your answers are consistent, after a couple weeks of answering those questions. And then they repeat that several times, decreasing the number of questions each time, and they do personal interviews and things like that. The reason I'm going to do it this way is because I've noticed something very fascinating about the structure of the data. I've noticed that the way it was released to me is kind of like the way the MMPI goes over the same data, not in full but in part. For example, you may answer 1,000 questions, and then after that you may answer 600 questions. Out of those 600 questions that you answered, maybe 300 of them will be in that previous group of 1,000. And then as you decrease to the next test, there may be some of the exact same questions reworded in the next test you take with more data added into it. I've noticed a parallel. I'm like, wow, this is fascinating. So I want to deliver it to you in the way it is in the folders, the way I produced it. You're going to see some of the same images more than once because they'll be in different folders. And the reason for that is because even if the same image is in a different folder, it's there for a reason, because there's a link between that and the new school of thought that's going with it, which is really fascinating because that means it all connects up the ladder. It's really, really fascinating. I was analyzing the data. It's just blowing my mind. Okay, now let's just get to it. Let me start with a statement because we're going to look at dragonflies a little bit. Part of this presentation is going to be dragonflies and what is their relationship? Why is the dragonfly important relationally to what I'm doing? That's kind of odd, isn't it? Well, it's fascinating, but if you think of it in terms of what's going on here, you're in a system where you're being hunted. And in any system, there's always an apex predator. Every system there is. If you go to the jungle, like maybe down in Brazil area, the apex predator down there is the jaguar. And the jaguar he's the top of the rung on killers, okay? You go over to Africa, there's going to be an apex predator there as well. Wherever you go, there's an apex predator. Okay. In the system that we're in, being angels that are being hunted, which I'm going to prove to you. By the time you're done with this, you're just going to be going like, it's all true, yeah. So anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the relational system. Because if you're in a system where angels are being hunted through a host body system, and the apex predator that hunts them is the female host body system, whether or not it's wittingly or unwittingly. Well, I mean, I've met girls to where I knew something was very not right, and even before I got saved, I could tell spiritually there was something super strange, and and it goes that way for guys too. So we're in a system where we're hunted. If the apex predator is this creature, this entity, this monster from the other side, from the dark side. And I use that word on purpose. I use the word other side for a reason. Because when I showed you guys the Statue of Liberty, and the Statue of Liberty is holding a torch that it says the flame is the imprisoned lightning, aka all of us. And she's holding a flame that's got a penis base. There's a spiral staircase all the way down representing DNA. And she's standing on top of a millennium-pointed star called a hendecagram. A hendecagram is called a kelipot in Jewish Kabbalah, which represents the host body system. It's really mind-boggling that all this stuff is interconnected. And so that hendecagram, that kelipot, which represents a shell, peel, or husk, it is connected to what's called the Sitra Akra, which means the other side. Like Jim Morrison, break on through to the other side. He's not kidding. I'm not joking. There is another side. And when that other side gets opened up fully, that's when hell's going to be unleashed on this planet. And I'm going to show all this to you right now. So we're going to take it slow. I'm going to just give you videos. I'm going to respond to them. I'm going to give you data. I'm going to respond to that, to the data. And if I see something that requires a little bit further investigation of that one image, I'm going to say, you know what, hold on, I'm a little bit like a dog that chases a tennis ball, and if the Lord leads me, I'll just go that direction and grab it. So just bear with me, and let's do this, all right? Okay, here we go. All right, let's talk about dragonflies real quick. Let's do this. Okay, a dragonfly. Master hunter dragonflies kill prey 95% of the time. Okay. Apex predators like lions, tigers, and sharks are often thought of as deadly creatures, and they are, no doubt. But when it comes to being the most effective hunter in the animal kingdom, their numbers don't fare nearly as well as the dragonfly, which researchers suggest might be the most effective hunter in the animal kingdom. Dragonflies are brutally effective killers, managing to capture their prey in midair more than 95% of the time, according to the New York Times Post report. And I've done a little other reading on the dragonfly, and it's really quite astonishing to think of that. Now, the reason this is so important is because there is a common denominator, just like that MPI test. There's the same thing showing up all the way through, and it's inescapable. And by the time you're done with this video, you're gonna know it yourself. And so I want to draw those comparisons. We're going to compare and contrast a lot of information tonight. Tonight's going to be like a 3-hour marathon college PhD blow your mind. So let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to start with some kind of random things. I'm going to play a video that I had Dave stitch together, and then we're going to look at some folders and some images. So let's just get going. Before I start, very important thing about dragonflies, locusts, cicadas, there's the same common denominator on, you're going to see this a lot on these young ladies that have tattoos that are within what's called a transmutation circle, which happens to exist in the kelipot. The hendecagram that the Statue of Liberty is standing on, I'm just going to tell you flat out what that is. The Statue of Liberty represents the mother goddess system that Lucifer and those angels wanted to establish their liberty away from the Lord God. That's what it represents. And the Statue of Liberty, holding the imprisoned lightning with the penis, with the DNA stairway all the way to the bottom, standing on top of a hendecagram, which is a kelipot in Jewish Kabbalah, is saying, hey, we got our liberty and we got our host body system. That's what they're saying. That is the statement, exactly what it is. I've been through this and I've done videos on it. It is inescapable. Okay, the interesting thing is, in this whole paradigm, you're going to find that the insect that transmutes, that changes, becomes tantamount as a figure within this whole thing. It's inescapable. And you're going to see it in several levels. You're going to see dragonflies, you're going to see locusts, cicadas. And why would some girl have, let me just put you this way. If I was a really attractive girl and had a really hot body, the last thing I'd go do is put a big damn bug on my body. Does that sound right to you? But If I was an apex predator in a super hot body, and that apex predator was a representation of what I really am, then it would make perfect sense for me to put a cicada in a transmutation circle on me. Because what's really going on is I'm really catching my prey above ground and sending it below ground in order to be consumed. And so I would be the apex predator, having a transmutation circle on my chest with a big bug on it. Even if I'm some smoking hot babe, it would make sense. Otherwise, it wouldn't make any sense, would it? What about a plethora? You know what the word plethora means? Overwhelming, astounding amount. I mean, just an overflow amount of attractive girls had these kind of tattoos on them. What did you find that very strange? Why would girls who aren't really big on bugs have bugs tattooed all over them with transmutation circles? Unless the transmutation circle is a way of conveying what they are and what they're doing. Then it would all make total sense, wouldn't it? By the time we're done with this video, you're going to have a paradigm change. Even if you understand and you've been coming here for a long time, you're going to have an understanding that is going to just blow your minds. Go get some coffee, grab a soda. I'm going to drink a little coffee and we're going to freak out together. I love busting these guys. This is literally busting the darkness. This is busting the entities that are running all this deep, dark stuff. There's nothing like it. The only thing that shines light on the darkness is the truth. Let's do it. Okay. So we read about dragonflies. Let's watch a little video real quick. Let me go ahead and X that out. Okay, here's a little video clip about dragonflies. And I put it together with a clip from Alien. I'll play this for you and then I'll talk about it briefly after we play it. Let's go ahead and get it going.
The nymph has a killer lip called a labium. Remind you of this creepy thing? There's a pair of pincers right at the end. It all happens in a fraction of a second. Think of the lip as a knife, fork, and plate, all rolled into one.
Okay, so I'm going to hide that for a second. Okay, now, the reason I put that together is because there's a common denominator. There's a prehensile jaw that comes shooting out of the number one apex predator, a dragonfly. A prehensile jaw comes out and grabs its prey. Also in Scooby-Doo, let's take a look at that Scooby-Doo scene, because, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but we're just going to have to talk like adults right now. Can anybody explain to me why there are these big turkeys on the wall? And can you explain to me why this turkey looks so much like a female vagina? And then I believe I have a folder that shows girls at the march against Donald Trump, the Pink Hat March, wearing helmets that say, or carrying signs that says, "This pussy bites back," and it's exactly that with teeth. What a weird thing to carry. Why would you carry that? Let's take a look at this. So, is this supposed to be a turkey on the wall? Let me turn the volume down. Let's take a look. So is this, okay, you know what? I just saw one on the bottom I want to point out. Let's see. Right here, look right here. Look right here on the bottom. See right here? So, is this a turkey with teeth that has a prehensile jaw? Or is it supposed to represent something else? Well, I can definitively tell you it's to represent the female reproductive system, and that what's inside of it is coming out to kill its victim. That's what it is. Now, if you think it's just Scooby-Doo and that wieners hold them hostage to a wall, that's quite convenient, isn't it? Wieners are the thing, the rope that's holding them to the wall, while a turkey breast opens up with a prehensile jaw that's coming out to kill them. Is this the apex predator simply manifesting itself right in front of you in a Scooby-Doo movie? Of course it is. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world. Huh, turkeys stuck to the wall. You know what's even more interesting is I looked at the images of whatever the cross section is. It looks like the Virgin as well. Let's take a look. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, right here on the wall, and I don't want to move this too much. See right here on the wall? It's the same shape. But it's all phallic. It's female phallic. Watch. Let me turn that volume down. Okay, so here we go. So there's a prehensile jaw coming out of labia to kill Shaggy and Scooby. Do you find that odd? I find that very odd. By the time we're through with the data, you're going to know exactly why they did this. It's a mockery. The Bible says, those that rule my people mock them. During the course of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to quote Bible scripture. And when I quote it, you should stop the video and type it into Google and just pull it up. And you'll see that the way the Lord uses me to do certain things is he'll give me the data that shows something. Then he'll give me a Bible scripture that explains it. That's how this got resolved. That's how this whole mystery was resolved. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so there's this prehensile jaw that's just like a dragonfly prehensile jaw. What's really fascinating is when you look at the dragonfly right here, let's watch, it extends out, no different than what we were just seeing. It extends out and it grabs its prey. Now, just for those of y'all that may not have heard exactly what that prehensile jaw is called, let me play that back for you. Because the largest altar in the world, and let me look at you in the eye, the largest altar in the world is a vagina. And when you stand back and you look at the cumulative sum of that altar, which we're going to see, the entire thing is a bug with its mandibles right where the labia are on the vagina that's in the altar. So therefore, the mandibles that are on the giant bug that's harvesting semen, the mandibles just happen to be where the labia are on the female reproductive system. That's the altar in the Vatican. We're going to see that, and I'll bring it up again and I'll go over it. Because that's like 1 in a trillion. That's just not even possible. But it took someone being able to see it and to understand it. And that was called to do this. And that's what I was called to do. And so, now take a listen here.
The nymph has a killer lip called a labium. Remind you of this creepy...
The nymph has a killer lip called a labium. Okay, well, girls' anatomies, there's labia minor and labia major. They have 2 sets of labia, really, major and minor. Isn't it fascinating? I went and did my homework. Did you know that most insects have mouths that include labium? Yes. Even mosquitoes that have proboscis, that has a proboscis, it still has labium on the side. Yes. So anyway, I found that quite interesting. So the word labia means lip, and it's a Latin word for lip, labia. And so isn't it fascinating that a large altar would be built in the largest church in the world, and where that altar is, it just happens to be the mouth of a serpent on the outside of the building. So the mouth of the serpent is labia. Wow, that's really bizarre. So when they built the building, did they know they were building it in the shape of a large snake wearing a crown? Or were they just like ants that did whatever that queen told them to do? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. I used to think that was one of the craziest statements. Think about this. If Jesus is being nailed to the cross, which he was, and they're nailing him to the cross and they're mocking him, making fun of him while they're killing him. That's sick. That's really sick. But you know what's even more interesting? That Jesus would say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Now, I would just put it to you this way. Either he's the most delusional guy on the planet because they just got through whipping him to death, pretty much. He would have died. He would have died from the scourging. He never would have survived the scourging if they would have stopped right there. He was just shredded. So how is it that you could whip somebody so far beyond like what's humanly even imaginable? How is it you could walk him through the streets with a cross? How is it you could nail him to a cross? And then how is it the guy that's getting nailed to the cross could say, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do? There's only two ways that are possible. Either he's the most delusional guy on the planet, or the ones that are doing it are being controlled by another source. That's the only two ways. There's no other way. And so obviously they're being controlled by another source. Okay. Just wanted to throw that in. So there's a big building called the Vatican, and that building is in the shape of a snake wearing a crown. And I'm just going to do a quick look at that because I know I populated this folder not too long ago with an image of that snake. I believe if it populated, well, maybe it didn't populate in this folder. Just, we're just going to do this for a while. Guys, this is what I do for y'all all day long. I go through stuff and I have to go through these folders over and over and over, and there's so many of them. I think there's over 70 folders. Here we go. Okay, so see, there's a big serpent wearing the crown right here. Let me show it to you. This is the Vatican. And then I'm going to prove to you that I'm just going to show it to you from this direction. That's the head of a serpent, folks. And oddly enough, there's a sidewalk that makes a perfect split tongue that just happens to be where the mouth of the serpent would be. Do you think that's a coincidence? Well, then you're delusional. Because there's no way that a building that was built in the shape of a serpent could happen to have a sidewalk in the exact place where the mouth of the serpent would be, and that sidewalk is in the shape of a split forked tongue. If you believe that, then you're delusional, and I'm sorry, but that's just a fact. I've been proven to be not delusional by every test, that what this system considers a baseline for deciding someone's mental health. I don't have any delusional issues. That's a snake. That's a snake wearing a crown, and then there's the tongue of the snake. And what's really amazing is this goes to the halls of government. And there's two identical rectangular buildings. I've made one blue, I made one pink, and they're joined together by this. Isn't it interesting? It looks like a U and a U, and they're joined together, a little wider than a regular U, but I find it fascinating. So that would make a twin system of government, truth and lies going into the same thing. I find that fascinating. Let me show you now. I'm going to use a function I really like on this this program. What I can do is I can stretch my screen out with my hands like an iPhone, but I can show you this head of a serpent right here. Just look at that. This is a venomous serpent right here. Venomous serpents have triangular shaped heads, like a tip of a arrow, like an arrowhead, like an old-timey arrowhead. So I'm going to take this serpent right here, the Vatican. I'll take this one and just put it right here. There you go. That is a venomous serpent wearing a crown, and then if I put this serpent there, there's its tongue right there going to the halls of government. So This has been identified very, very clearly now. Okay? So there's no doubt about it. That is exactly what it is. Okay, so now let's move on. I've shown you the prehensile jaw. I've shown you very importantly that mouth of this insect, and it's written right here. And by the way, I did not write that. That is off an educational video. It is labium. That is the exact same thing as a female anatomy. So there it is.
Think of the lip as a knife, fork, and plate, all rolled into one.
So now here's an image of H.R. Geiger. Here's an image of the alien from the H.R. Geiger movies, Alien. Okay, well, see, we're going to run down little rabbit trails while we do this. Let's go down a little rabbit trail. Let me show you something. Do y'all know anything about H.R. Geiger? I do. He was an occultist. Him and Debbie Harry. You know who Debbie Harry is, right? She goes to the Gala Mocha events with Marina Abramovic, the witch, that has all these people like Will Ferrell and James Franco and all these Hollywood celebs go to her parties, and they actually have a twin cake made of themselves, and they cut the heart out and they serve it to people and they cut it up and eat their own likeness. Isn't that perfect? Because that's what I've been telling y'all all along. That's what this is all about. Self-cannibalization. That's what I've been telling you since the get-go. And now I can prove it. I can prove it all day long. Because all I had to do was study their system. The Bible says, be wise as a serpent and as gentle as a dove. The way you're wise as a serpent is once you know the truth, you study their system. If you want to know what they're up to, look at what they're doing. It's like they've been hunting us. Now I'm hunting them. Okay? So now watch. Okay, so here you go. So I'm going to type this in for you so you can watch yourself. Let's do Google Images, and I'll type in H.R. Geiger, and Debbie Harry. I just want you to make the connection. We won't spend long here. H.R. Geiger and Debbie Harry. I just want you to make the connection so you know that what I'm telling you is true. Okay, so he's using her right here. So this is let's see. There's Debbie Harry as a playmate. People that think, Debbie Harry is like some transgender. You got your head screwed on backwards. A lot of people are on this weird transgender thing that everyone's transgender. That's just one of the weirdest things I've ever heard. Okay, here we go. There's H.R. Geiger right there and Debbie Harry. Okay, so H.R. Geiger was into the occult. H.R. Geiger wanted to know the origin of everything. Where do we come from? Who are we? But he went about it through the occult. And guess what? He found out. And so he models his monsters in the alien movies from a spirit that uses him. And so now watch this. I'm gonna change the search a little bit. H.R. Geiger. I showed you. This is Debbie Harry all over the place. This is Debbie Harry right here. He used Debbie Harry as a model a lot. And his stuff is extremely phallic. I mean, I don't want to look at it all, but I've seen it already. So H.R. Geiger, occultist. So here we go. H.R. Geiger. Here we go. This will prove it. So here's an H.R. Geiger and the walls of protection. Okay, so I'm going to stretch this out. Let's look at this. So you have two women being inseminated, like the reproduction system right here. You have Baphomet right here. You got male and female energies both in one thing. And you have, look, a right side up star, look, a white star, this is absolutely correct. A white star right side up, which represents one of God's angels. And look, an upside down star. And so this is the system. He's got it correct. He's got it absolutely correct. And look right here. Here's this girl. She's being inseminated. Girl being inseminated. And then just take a look. Is that the occult or is that not the occult? Okay, so there you go. And if you look closely right here, the boobs of Baphomet, if you look closely right here, that's the face. And here's another face like these. These are made two different people, because the 2-in-1 is the whole story of understanding everything. And if you're able to really pay attention right here, you'll see that right here is an insect face right here. And when you look at the nose of Baphomet, you'll see an alien. It's very common right here. So anyway, so there you go. Uh-oh, sorry. So I'm sorry, that went to the article. Okay, I just wanted you guys to understand that, yes, the guy that did the Alien movies, he knows. I mean, he knows what I know. But he knows it through the occult. I know it because the Holy Spirit that shines light on the darkness has exposed us. And I'm exposing them. I'm not here to be part of their little club. I'm here to tell them their time to pay up is here. Their time to pay the piper has come. And Jesus Christ is going to judge everybody. Okay, so there you go. Now I just proved that. Now, let's go to the next set of video clips. Okay, now I'm going to state this again. The female reproductive system, the female host body system, by the way, which I'm a huge fan of. I am. When I was younger, I was just beyond attracted to beautiful girls. I dated a lot of really pretty girls. But it was the bait used to bring God's angels down. Let me give you a little story from the Bible. There's a story of the prodigal son, and he wanted his inheritance. By the way, that was unheard of back in the days of Judaism, to ask your dad for your inheritance before he died. It's like, what a punk. It's like, so his dad says, okay, well, he gives him his inheritance, and he leaves and takes a journey to a faraway land. Think of from heaven to earth. And then he wasted his inheritance on riotous living and prostitutes. And then he was desolate. He had nothing. And there was a famine, and he was trying to feed pigs, and pigs were unclean animals. And there he was, being a Jewish boy, Jewish heritage, and he was thinking about eating the food that he was feeding pigs. That's pretty low. It's pretty low. And then he thinks, you know what? He came to his senses, and he thought, you know what? I'll go back to my dad, and I'll ask him if I can just be a servant, because at least those guys get fed, and they have a place to sleep. And so that's what he did. He said, hey, can I come back as a servant? And the dad ran and welcomed him with open arms. That's the story of all of us. We're all the prodigal sons, daughters, whatever the case may be. Whether or not you're in a male host body or female host body, doesn't make any difference. When you get converted in Christ, even though you're in a host body in Christ, in heaven, there's no male or female. We've been converted. That's this system. That's their system. That's the Baphomet system. Male and female energy. A right side up star and an upside down star. A white right side up star and a black upside down star. That's their system. That's the system we're stuck in. Okay, so now let's go. Let's just continue. Okay, so I'm going to show you this video clip of, it says Gaga Centipede. Now this is part of the show note folder, and let me show you some. If you go to the Dragonfly folder right here, and in the Dragonfly folder, there's some links right here. Now, if you click on this, it won't open, but you can take it like this. You can copy it. You hit that, and then you hit copy, and then you paste it to a new window, and you can watch all of these. Okay, y'all remember the Heineken commercial, don't you? We'll look at that in a little while when we look at this first picture. This first picture right here is the Heineken commercial. And I'll explain to you why when we see it, when we do this first row. But let's go ahead and watch this John's video clips real quick. And remember, we're talking about apex predators, and that the dragonfly, and that the altar of St. Peter, it's a large bug, and it's got mandibles right where the girl's labia or the female reproductive system labia are on that altar in the Vatican. That's pretty twisted, but it's true. That's what's so amazing. It's the truth. It's like, wow, we're getting to look at the unadulterated truth. But it took someone with the ability to see it. And that's what God gave me the ability to do. Why do you think he gave me a vision company called Vampires? that made Guinness's Book of World Records twice. When I say that, it was my marketing that made it for Bausch & Lomb. Just to clarify. Okay. Here we go. Let's watch.
A giant, leg-covered, venomous fang-wielding terror that could only have materialized within one's most horrifying nightmare.
I'm going to pause it right there. Okay, this is a clip from this guy, Coyote Peterson. I wonder if you caught it. Did you catch it? Did you catch the fact that even Coyote Peterson or whoever's editing his stuff was manipulated by a spirit just to show you that? You think I can prove that right now? I'll bet you I can. You want to see it? Watch. Listen to what he says.
A giant, leg-covered, venomous fang-wielding terror that could only have materialized within one's most horrifying nightmare.
Wow, could only have materialized within one's most horrifying nightmare. What's on the screen right when he says that? A mirror reflection. Oh, just like the binary system. Been telling you, double you. A good you and a bad you. A right side up white star and an upside down black star mixed together in the same system. There you go. So right when he says that, look what's on the screen. You have this centipede, and that centipede's mirror reflection is on the screen right when he says it. Listen.
Within one's most horrifying nightmare.
Look what's on the screen. Did you know Coyote Peterson had one of those things bite him? And he said that is by far the most brutal sting or bite he's had to date. It was the executioner wasp, and before that it was the bullet ant. But he said that was the worst. I think he had to go to the hospital for that one. That's really interesting because what you're about to see in a video with D'Antwoord, I don't know if y'all know who she is. She's the one that did the video where Lady Gaga impersonator bursts a locust. We can probably look at that too. Okay, let's watch. Ready? Here we go.
Alien, sex, humanoid, hybrid, woman.
My favorite.
Inner superstar. Say I was born this way. The performance we did, woman. Humanoid,
Nightmare.
alien, sex, humanoid, hybrid, woman.
My favorite.
Inner superstar. Say I was born this way. The performance we did last night at the Grammys was, and what we've been doing with the egg and the rebirth. It's meant to signify an artistic statement of birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race. A race within the race of humanity.
Let me ask you a question. How do you think they're birthing that new race, the race within the race of humanity? How do you think they're doing it? Well, they needed a way to do it, so the human host body was a good way to tempt a bunch of angels to go for the forbidden fruit, and then they were not acceptable to God anymore. They were part of a stupidity insurrection, and so God let them have what they wanted. You got what you wanted. You wanted the forbidden fruit? Have it. But the human host body, again, remember the Statue of Liberty standing on top of an 11-pointed star called a hendecagram, which is a kelipot in Jewish Kabbalah, which represents a host body system. And the whole darn thing is what's called a transmutation circle, in which something's transmuted. Transmutation means altering from one thing to another. And when it goes through the cycle, it starts here, and by the time it does a 180-degree turn, it's something totally different. Isn't that perfect? It's called alchemy. Alchemy is another word for it. So Lady Gaga just said her performance at the Grammy Award was about a new race of beings being birthed within the human race. The video here has sheep bleeding it because that's how they did it. They needed a system in order for the other side, they needed a system to open up the door to the other side. And that system was the human host body system. That's how they opened it. And once it's complete, then it'll be open. What do you think the opening of the bottomless pit is? It's the bottomless pit. Bottomless pit. And guess what's coming out of it? Everything that's on the other side, what's on the other side is coming out into this system. Okay? Now, again, we haven't even begun all the imagery. I told you I'm going to give an in-depth lecture tonight. Tonight's going to be PhD level. You wanted it, you got it. Here it comes. Pretend you're all hanging out with me in my house. I'm going to heat up coffee and we're just going to make a night of this. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Okay, here's the adverb. Sorry, have to jump in. Here's the adverb. And I want you to take extreme notice of the bug that she used in her video. Now, her video is about transmutation. She's singing a song. I didn't use any of the words because I don't want a codec violation. But you should go watch this video, the whole thing. It's called Alien by Dee Antwoord. She's like, I am an alien. She's singing this, oh, poor me, I'm an alien. No one likes me. But she goes into a diner and everybody in the diner is a guy. And on her backpack it says, I hate you. And then she transmutes from an alien. She's got this alien face, which is identical to one of these centipedes. And she has a little like pal alien in it that's like a centipede, but it flies the same flight pattern as a dragonfly. Wow. So weird. I'm just not up with the cool kids. I'm like not the cool kids. Let's go. Let's do it. There's your dragonfly centipede. I'm going to pause it for a sec. Take a look at her. I mean, that is just super duper creepy. Now let's just I'll skip through a little bit of it just to get to here. So now she, if you're watching the actual video, she starts singing, I am an alien, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's true. The host body system was used to breed another race of beings being birthed within the human race. You know what's really amazing about that? Is I can show you a hieroglyph of Akhenaten and Nefertiti. It was one of the first videos I ever did in 2008, where I broke down a hieroglyph and it showed another race of beings being birthed within the head of the kid Akhenaten's holding. That was in 2008. And here we are, and it's true. Wow. Okay, let's go back. Right there. I hate you. Look right there. Look what's right here. Oh, there's the right side upside down thing. Oh my gosh. There's the yin yang. Right side up, upside down. I hate the letter U. Smiley face. And everybody in the diner is male. Wow. Freaky. Go watch the video and listen to the lyrics. Now she's going to transmute. Now, I'm going to take you back to this. If you're paying attention, you'll probably notice this. Look at the cross on here. There you go. That's by design, folks. And so she's going to birth out of this cross thing. Watch. Oh, and there's the birth. Oh, and look, it's a girl. Oh, my gosh. There you go. And so this, again, is just showing you what's really going on in a MTV video. Wow, that's the same as the largest altar in the world in the Catholic Church. Same thing. Pretty weird, huh? Yeah. I thought, you know what? I'm going to go heat up some coffee. I'm going to pause this. Okay, so she goes from this alien thing into a girl, and there's a transmutation. Okay, so we've seen those now. Let's get into this now. You know what? Let's do this. Let's start here. Okay, so y'all remember that the name Cain in the Bible, I've broken this down for everybody. I've broken down the words in Hebrew to show you what this all really means. The name Cain, the first child that was born, his name, the name Cain, it means to strike a musical note. You know what? Let me turn this on real quick. I'll let that process real quick. So to strike a musical note, if you strike a note, there's a frequency of vibration. Music is mathematics. It is. It's mathematics. I've studied theory of music. So if you have a frequency of vibration, and then you add another note to it, it changes it. Let me give you an example. Hopefully y'all can still hear me all the way over here. That's one note. Now I can really mess up the sound of that note by adding this note. Okay, so what I did was I added another note, which changed totally the way that the music sounded. That one note, adding another note, it didn't sound so good, did it? No, it didn't. Because let me show you what the name Cain means. It means to strike a musical note. See the name Cain right here? So when you walk back the name Cain, it means to strike a musical note. That is chant or wail at a funeral, lament, mourning. Because when that other voice came into the system, when the two joined together, what do you think it equaled for everybody? Lament, mourning. Lament, mourning, sadness. I showed you that when Eve said, I have gotten a man from the Lord, the word man is an incurably sick, desperately wicked, mortal. Incurably sick, desperately wicked, mortal. That was Lucifer being birthed in the flesh. That's what it was. First one. And so, to strike a musical note, that's what the name Cain means. Well, let me show you what it looks like when you take two frequencies, and I'm going to do it in this circle form because it's going to make sense to you, because first I'm going to show you two pronuclei, a male and a female pronucleus. Sperm, egg, the sperm goes into the egg, it penetrates, goes inside, and then all of a sudden the egg hardens. Other sperm can't go in, except with heteropaternal superfecundation twins, which is what Cain and Abel were. So the sperm goes in and fertilizes the egg. And then it's trapped in there, and then these two circles form and they spread out. They go away from each other. And then these things called microtubules pull them together, and they pull them together, and then they intersect. And where the two circles intersect, it makes a shape like a football. It's called a vesica piscis. Let me show you. Here's a male pronucleus, female pronucleus, male pronucleus. There's 23 chromosomes, 23 chromosomes. Why do you think George Bush read Psalm 23 when the Twin Towers were blown up? Because it represented the end of the twin system, 23 and 23, the male-female energy thing. And then they built in the place of the Twin Towers the One World Freedom Tower, and Barack Obama just happened to read Psalm 46. What's 23 and 23? 46. What did Jesus tell the Jews? destroy this temple and in 3 days I'll raise it up. And the Jews said it took 46 years to build the temple. How can you do it in 3 days? Isn't it amazing that God in his economy knew that it would take 46 years to build a building with, bricks and mortar? Isn't it fascinating that the Twin Towers, which represented Cain and Abel, the twin system, were destroyed? George Bush read Psalm 23 and 23. And then they were destroyed and they put up the One World Freedom Tower. And Barack Obama read Psalm 46, 23 and 23. And that's just how long it happened to make the temple in Jerusalem. Wow. That's convenient. That's amazing. About 1 in a trillion. Yeah, and then Barack Obama read, "Be still and know that I am God." See, that was the Antichrist standing in the temple of God, claiming to be God, but most people didn't perceive it. Just wait. He's coming back. He hasn't gone anywhere. Okay, so here is the male and the female pronuclei. I'm gonna pick them up, and I'm gonna set these pink 2 cells over here. And now each one's got its own frequency. And when the 2 intersect, you see the 2 that intersected right here? This one intersected this one. This area right in here, there's your prison that you were there. That's what you're in. That's your prison. That's why in the commercials I showed you with the Coco Chanel, let's go ahead and watch the Coco Chanel commercial real quick. I think we should watch the Coco Chanel commercial. I think that'd be really good. Watch this. Because I'm showing you right now the picture of the Vesica Piscis. This is down to a cellular level. This is your prison in a cellular level where the one spirit gets trapped with the other spirit and it gets trapped in this system. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like in a commercial called Coco Chanel. Let's just play that. Okay, so I'm just going to scan through the images and just see what's in here, just to make sure there's some, I don't miss. There we go. Here's an interesting picture. This is for Apple hard cider. Look, XX, that's 2 female chromosomes, plus XY, that's male. These are female sex chromosome, male sex chromosome, plus Apple. And look at this, SSIINNHHEERREE, sin here. See it? Sin here. Like it's a teacher. There you go. That's perfect. Okay. Here's a good example of the male and the female coming together. There's the symbol for male and the symbol for female right here. That's no different than this right here. It's the same thing. But we'll go back here. Now let's watch the Coco Chanel commercial. Okay, and I'll just play it all the way through. I'm not going to break it down. I've already done that, but.
Well, no one told me about the way she lied. Well, no one told me about how many people cried. But it's too late to say you're sorry. How would I know? Why should I care? Please don't bother trying to find her. She's not there. Well, let me tell you about the way she looked, the way she had hair, the color of her hair. Her voice was soft and cool, her eyes were clear and bright, but she's not there.
Knockout punch. Okay, so there he is. See, now you understand what this commercial is really about. This is the Garden of Eden. This is the fall. And because now he's been cast down and he's trapped looking up out of the intersection of the 2. See? Boom, you took the bait, dummy. You know what that's identical to? That is identical to H.R. Geiger's stuff as well. There's no difference between that and that H.R. Geiger thing I showed you right here. This is all the same stuff, guys. It's all the same stuff. I mean, look right here in the middle. Do you understand what's going on here? Here, let me show you this. There you go. Now, you see this right here? Is that the same as this? Yes, it is. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Let me show you the male and female reproductive, the female reproductive system. There we go, just drawn by an artist. He has like this right here. You see the radio waves coming out? You know what? I'm going to enlarge this because this is just perfect. Look, you see the radio? Look right here. Like this is a radio right here. Look at the sound waves coming out. See the sound waves coming out? Look at the angel wings right here. Angel wings on a serpent. Angel wings. Look, one right side up pyramid. Serpent. This is the one ovary. This is another ovary. Upside down, right side up ovary. H.R. Geiger. Let's see. Oh, wow. Right side up, upside down. Oh, my gosh. It's identical. It's the same. Look, serpent, serpent, upside down. So the serpent's system is what you're looking at right here. Pretty amazing, isn't it? Just, it's been hidden from our sight. Because we're not a bunch of occultists. We don't go to their meetings. I mean, I don't. But the Lord gave me the ability to bust them very easily. Okay, so there's the guy. He gets the knockout punch. I want you to listen to the sound. Because what he thought was going to be great, light turns to darkness. Uh-oh, boom. That was his cell door slamming shut. Did you notice the noise? Listen to the noise. There you go. So now he is in a cell, and there's your prison cell. See the flesh. There it is. Boom. Okay, you know what's really fascinating about that? In the same folder, down here at the bottom, I'm just going to, like I told you, I'm just going to jump around. I'm going to show you Alice in Chains. The name Alice, if you don't believe me, type it into Google and look it up. Sorry, I believe this is the folder. I'm going to scroll up slowly. Unless it's the binary star folder, which I may be. I'm sorry, but I'm looking for that same knockout punch. I believe I populated it in this folder. I've been populating a lot of folders, that's for sure. So I'm just going to kind of scroll slowly and see if I see that exact imagery or no. Let's try the binary star folder. There we go. Okay, so here is the band cover, Alice in Chains. Okay, so see it? Look, what do you notice? There's a star. That represents one of God's angels. Alice in Chains. Look, greatest hits. Look at the glove connecting to this guy's face. Man, that's a total knockout. That is a just on the mat knockout right there. Look at that. What a connection. Bam. Alice in Chains. Okay, let's type in the meaning of the name Alice. Just so you know, because we're royalty. We're princes that got drug away. And look, meaning of name Alice. Boom. There it is. The meaning of the name Alice right here is of nobility. So you get it? H.R. Geiger. Of nobility in chains. Greatest hits. Boom. Knockout. Oh, just like the commercial we just saw. Exactly. So that's why I put a picture of that girl knocking that guy out right next to Alice in Chains, because it's identical. So this is kind of like, I told you, kind of like an MMPI. So see, here's the girl. There's the girl's eye right there from the Coco Chanel commercial. And look, boom, knocking him out. There you go. Same exact thing. No different. Hey, have y'all seen the new Glade top? That's fascinating. That's for Glade aerosol. A friend of mine sent that to me. I'm like, creepy. Stay away from your Glade. Okay, so now let's go back to the Dragonfly folder. Okay, so now this is Super important. This is the beginning of it. This is understanding everything on a cellular level, on a level where you can understand there are two different voices fighting for control in your head. Little angel on one shoulder, little devil on the other. Do this, don't do this, do this. And so the flesh dominates. And you can't beat the flesh. The only thing you can do is give up and say, I'm sorry. The harder you pull, the tighter the noose gets. Why do you think there's a band called Slipknot? You know what? Let's look at Slipknot real quick. Let's just do this. Let's just have fun, man. I'm just going to do this all night. I'm going to do this all night with you guys. Watch this. So I'm going to go and I'm going to type in Google Images. I actually partied with those guys here in San Antonio. When I say party, I went to their, like bus and gave them glasses. I didn't do any drugs or anything. Okay, let's see. Slipknot. Slipknot covers. Slipknot album covers. There we go. Let's see. What are these guys into? Okay, let's see. There you go. Slipknot right here. There you go. Let's see. Let's have a look. There you go. You know what that is? That's like the hendecagram that the Statue of Liberty is standing on. There's a single point at one end, and then there's a double point at the other. At 12 o'clock on the clock right here, 12 right here, there's 1 point. But at 6 o'clock down here, there's not a point. There's two. Now, this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a 9-pointed star, which is the same inference as the 11-pointed star, the hendecagram. The 2 turns into 1 as you go from down here, those two little triangles. As you go this way, it turns into 1. Get it? The 2 turn into 1. It's a system. There you go. Slipknot. And they're laughing at you because their logo, let's see, Slipknot. I'm going to go for logo because they know the harder you pull, the tighter the knot gets. And so that they're mocking you. Here you go. Right side up, upside down. There it is. See? Oh. Look at that. There you go. Here you go. Slipknot. Right side up, upside down. I didn't know these are all a bunch of gifts. But they know the harder you pull, the tighter it gets. Look, maggot. They're just making fun of you. They're mocking you. These are some twisted dudes, but they serve Satan. So, there we go. That's enough of Slipknot. Let's continue. Let's see. Let me see what this is. And let me go back on this. Okay, back to Dragonfly. Okay, so now, I'm going to go over here and grab this book real quick. The Ultimate Book of Optical Illusions. Just to show you this is actually a real book. Yep. Y'all want to see what the greatest optical illusion in the world is? Okay, look at that. The Ultimate Book of Optical Illusions. Male and female. That is the greatest illusion ever. You see the male legs? You see the female legs? This book is literally, what you're looking at right here, is literally the greatest optical illusion in the universe. There it is. That's the greatest optical illusion there is. Male and female. Why do you think the Catholic Church has a giant dead sheep that's male and female, right side up and upside down? It's no different than this. It's no different. The Catholic, the altar in the Vatican, the dead sheep, it's got a penis one way and you turn it upside down and it's female. So there you go. It's the exact same thing. The greatest book of optical illusions. Male female is the biggest illusion there is. It's a trick. It is. Okay, let's talk about Hitler. Who knows anything about Hitler? Hitler wanted to have a car built for the German people that was affordable by everybody and was one of his programs. And it's called Volkswagen. Volks means peoples and Wagen means car. Volkswagen, people's car. And so, isn't it perfect that Hitler took the logo for Volkswagen is two V's intersecting, making a double U, and then there's the X in the middle, and the X in the middle is for the female chromosome, because this is the female mother goddess system that is creating another race of beings below ground using male energy. That, who do we pray to? Our Father. You're not supposed to pray to anyone else. Your Father in heaven. You're not supposed to pray with saints or the Virgin, any of that nonsense. I was taught to do that. I was taught to pray to the Virgin. Get on your knees, light a candle, and pray to the Virgin. That's what I was taught to do. I didn't know any better. I was taught that as a young child. Okay, there it is. So see, there's a red V intersecting a yellow V and makes a double U. And then there's an X in the middle. Here you go. Here's one of the, Premier Lit. Let's type in V files. Let's just do watch this. I don't know if y'all know what V files is, but V files is like runway models. V files, normal GTA V files. Yeah, so V files, there you go. V files is like modeling, it's big time modeling, V files. Okay, so why is it V? Like two intersecting V's make the letter W, right? You should see what's hidden on their clothes. You should look at a few of these runways. I was just absolutely shocked. So V files, let's look at this girl that's a model for V files. Okay, let's see what she's doing. Okay, remember Psalm 35:19, neither let them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without cause. Don't forget, dragonfly, apex predator, female hunter, apex predator. That's where this is all going. And guys, I'm sorry, but we're just getting started. I know we're in an hour and 6 minutes. This will probably be 3-4 hours of video at least. Okay, so look at this girl. So she's got one eye open. She's got her tongue sticking out. Let's just, I'm going to prove everything out tonight. I'm not just going to say anything that I don't prove. Okay, I'm going to prove every single thing I tell you. Okay, Isaiah 57 verse 4, I believe. Okay, let's see. I do that. I do the KJV. But draw near hither, you sons of the sorceress, the mother goddess that runs the planet, the seed of the adulterer. Oh, the adulterer and the whore that got this whole thing started. Against whom do you sport yourself, and whom you make a wide mouth, and draw out the tongue? Oh, you mean like her. Against whom do you sport yourself? Who are you making fun of and sticking out your tongue? Huh? Are you not children of transgression, of seed of falsehood? So who is this chick? She's a seed of falsehood. She's a hunter. Straight up hunter. And see the one eye closed? Okay, let's just do it. Since we're doing it. So I want to give you your scriptures. Because without the scriptures making sense of this, you're just in some dystopian nightmare, and that's all there is to it. So Psalm 35:19, I believe. Yep. There we go. Neither let not them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me. Look at this. Hate me without a cause. Do you know what this was? Did you know that Jesus himself referred to that exact scripture? Jesus quoted that scripture when he was charging everybody with their guilt. Did you know that? When Jesus was charging the Jews around him with their guilt, he quoted that. Did you know that? Watch. Let me show you. John. Well, when I say he quoted it, he referenced it. Let me put it to you that way. Okay, John, chapter 15. And here it comes. It said, so, if I had not, because, here you go. If I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not sinned, but now they have no, look at this, they have no cloak. They have no cloak for their skin. You know what their cloak is? Their human host body. He that hateth me, hateth my Father also. If I had not done among them the works which no other man did, they had not sinned. But now they have both seen and hated both me and my Father. Here it is. But this cometh to pass, that the word might be fulfilled, that is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. He was referring to Psalm 35:19. Neither let them that are my enemies wrongfully rejoice over me, neither let them wink with the eye that hate me without cause. And then look, she's got her hair braided like DNA, and she's holding on to it like lead you around like a little on a leash because, you know, we're stupid. That's all there is to it. Sheep are stupid animals. They're sweet. They're really sweet animals, but they need a shepherd. Okay, so now here's Beyonce. Oh, no, this is Lady Gaga. I'm sorry. There's Lady Gaga, magazine V. See it? V magazine. Why is it V? Have you ever wondered? Have you guys ever watched The View? The View with the big V? Let's see. Let's just have fun tonight, man. I'm just gonna overload you. Google Images. Obama on the View. There it is. There's Barack Obama right there on the View. See the big V? There you go. You get it? Y'all starting to catch on? You think they put him there for a reason? He's the king of that big V. He is the guy. See the View? See all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women? The View, the V, get it? Y'all starting to catch on? I told you by the time I'm done with this data, you're going to be in complete shock. I guarantee it. I should call the guy from Men's Warehouse. I guarantee it. Hey, man, maybe we can work together. Give me a suit. Okay, so there you go. There's the View. Now let's go Gaga Magazine, the View, the V. Okay. Okay, now let's keep going. I don't know if you guys know anything. Well, there's a band called Tool, and I thought I moved some of their imagery up next to this. I found this when I was looking for the band Tool. Let me show you what you're looking at. You're looking at a woman's mouth open with her tongue sticking out, you know, like Isaiah 54. There's one sperm here. There's another sperm here. Here's another female, same thing. She's got fangs like a vampire. But what's really crazy about this right here is, and if you look right up here, it says Walpurgis. Walpurgis. It's German, and I'll type it in. There's a canonized saint. Walpurgis, there it is. Walpurgis night is they start bonfires and they honor this Saint Walpurgis, and it had I read through it. It has to do with this. It has to do with this woman that was canonized as a saint, and they call it her Saint Walpurga. And of course, remember it's Catholic. And it says Saint Walpurga held by the Christians of Germany for battling pest, rabies, and whooping cough, as well as against witchcraft. In German folklore, Hexennacht, which means literally witch's night. So they have a big festival for Saint Walpurgis, this woman. But remember, at the Catholic Church canonize somebody, it's demonic to the core, no matter what. Because it's a Catholic Church, which is a church of Satan. It's Lucifer's home base here on this planet. Okay, so when you're looking at this, Walpurgis, they're just mocking the whole system. She's got 2 sperm, one on each side of her face, and right there in the middle is fangs like a vampire. What's really more disturbing about that whole thing is you're really looking at the vulva part of the female reproductive system. And all they did was cleverly hide it, because this right here, that's the vaginal canal when you look at the vulva. Let me show you. That's why there's 2 sperm on there. That's how twisted all these Satanists are. Here you go. So if I was to enlarge that vulva right there, and then take the Valperga right here and put the mouth right there, that's what you're looking at. Because 2 sperm is what went into Eve, and they're mocking Eve because it's a vampiric system. That's why they have 2 sperm, 1 on each side of this girl's head, and the mouth right there is vampiric, representing the vaginal canal. Let me show you a clothing brand called 400. Now, I'm going to show you that this is actually, let's see, 400, see, 400 clothing. There it is, 400 clothing, new apparel, stay dangerous, the tour. So we'll just click on this and we'll see what's up. Okay. So, oh, there you go. So this is this rapper, and look at him. It's like he's covered in blood. Look at that. Look at that. That's what this clothing line 400 is about. Like, you know, a black guy going, hey, give me 400. I used to deal with a lot of black guys in some of the stuff I used to do, drugs, and I almost got killed a couple times. This guy is purposely looking like he's covered in blood. I forget the name. I'm not a rap guy. Can't stand the stuff. But this is a rapper, and so this is his clothing line, 100, but 400. But it's really very sinister. Let me show you what it is. Now, don't forget, there he is, all covered in blood. So let's take a look at his really cool clothing line and what the cryptic meaning is. Okay, you see the angel right there, because it means hunted for dinner, D-I-N-N-U-H, hunted for dinner, like someone in the South would say, hey, is it time for dinner yet? Hunted for dinner. Angels. See? The whole thing is about hunting angels that are in host bodies to get them down to the pit for a source of energy, for a race of locusts that are coming out of the pit. Revelation 9. Can anybody argue with this perfection in data so far? No. It's just going to keep going. There you go. This is all from the Lord, guys. Hunted for dinner. Well, that's neat. So what do you hunt for dinner? Angels. That's what's hunted for dinner. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Now, let's just prove it out some more. So, you know what? Watch this. I'm going to click on this picture right here, Stay Dangerous, because I'm going to open a new tab, and I'm going to write, I'm going to do the 400 clothing, which is what I just did, and the Stay Dangerous. See, Stay Dangerous tour. Okay, so again, Stay Dangerous. See, says right there, Stay Dangerous, the tour. And he's all covered in blood. Okay, well, Stay Dangerous. Well, let's go look at his another t-shirt he's got out. Okay, you see the Stay Dangerous? See how it's written? It's a scorpion tail. It is a scorpion tail. Love you in Christ. If you don't think so, you're wrong. Love you, don't care. You're wrong. If you don't think that's a scorpion tail. It's a scorpion tail. So why would you have hunted for dinner? So wait a minute. Time out. You got hunted for dinner on a hoodie with an angel. So you're hunting angels for dinner. And you got the Stay Dangerous tour. And you have the word Stay Dangerous in the shape of a damn scorpion tail. So who's hunting angels for dinner? Oh, the scorpions from the pit, like I've been telling you. See, it manifests all the time if you've got eyes to see. You see what I mean? I told you. No argument, right? Why would you dress up like you're all bloody, hunted for dinner, Stay Dangerous? See the scorpion tail? See the bulb on the end of the tail? See the bulb on the end? See it, look. It's segmented. Segmented. Hunted for dinner. Awesome. Good for you. Well, I got news for you. We hunted you. Your servant has become your master. Okay, now here's another clothing line. It's called Broken Promises. Okay, well, this girl's wearing camouflage because they're camouflage. They're dressed up in human clothing. Let me show you a scripture just to show you. I gotta. There's all kinds of scriptures, but Isaiah 28's one. I like using Isaiah 30 is super easy for people to understand. Isaiah 30, here you go. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that, look, cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. Okay. So now I'm gonna just show you the depth of knowledge the Lord God's given me. So I'm gonna go to Google. I'm gonna do images. Sistine Chapel. Okay, Sistine Chapel. There you go. There's the big dragon. See him right there? Here's a dragon. There's a dragon's eye. There's a dragon's eye. By the way, you're not supposed to know this is a dragon. I think I'll click on this one. See if I get a good resolution here. There it is. See the dragon? Look. Boom. So here's the dragon. Here's one eye of the dragon. Right. There's an eye. There's an eye. Here's the nose. And right, the arch on the nose right here. There's the son of the adulterer and the whore right here coming through into the system. And this is all the face of a dragon. Here's the lip of the dragon. Here's the lip. There's a fang of the dragon. All the blue is the open mouth of the dragon. There's the chin of the dragon. But I want to show you a guy that's sitting right here. There's a guy sitting on a cloud right here. Let's go back and look at another image. Sorry. Sistine Chapel. There we go. So I'm going to get a close-up of this guy. And you know what? That's probably high enough res. Oh, there you go. You see the guy sitting right here? What's he doing holding a suit of skin? You cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. So this is the dragon. You can see there's a moat falling down. Everybody thinks they know what the moat and the beam means in that Matthew 7. I've never seen anybody get it right. It's one race dying and another race erecting its beam. So one race is dying, a twig. Moat means a twig. There it is, and it's all falling down. And this group of angels can't support it. It's falling down. These guys are running off with the crown, and they're running over here. And they're erecting this beam right on top of the Lion of the tribe of Judah. So one eye of the dragon is one race that's dying. The other eye of the dragon is the other race that's erecting the beam, the moat. The beam. This is there's a moat and there's a beam right here. There's the moat, the twig falling, there's the beam being erected. And the whole thing's the eye of the dragon. And right here by Lucifer on his side is one of his guys holding a suit of skin. Just like the Little Deviant commercial. Let's type in Little Deviants. Fable. Scion XD, Fable of the Deviants. They give it away right here. Let's watch this one.
In a world that is bland, colorless and cold, where banality grows like a fungus or a mold, there live the boring sheeple who look just like each other. A darker force rides into town, unleashing demon brothers. Here come the little deviants. They come from underground. They're rising from the depths to take those sheeple down.
No, he just deviant with. By the way, they have an X. That's the X chromosome, and then the emoticon XD means laughing really hard, like laughing so hard your eyes make an X and your mouth makes a D because it's wide open. X, capital D. So XD means to laugh your ass off, and so here it is. So here's the XX chromosome because this is a little deviance that's coming from the other side. Yeah, coming from the other side to what? Take over this dimension. And look, he's going to put on the skin of sheepskin. See? He put it on just like Sistine Chapel. Time to lead them all to the slaughter now. Take them all to the slaughter because you look like them.
The sheeple are compliant and make for fine ingredients. For customizing anything, here come the little deviants.
Uh-oh, look, what kills him? What kills him? You know, just like that Coyote Peterson, the stuff in your worst nightmares. Your own reflection is what kills you. Because you got hooked up to this. Okay, ready? Watch. Ah, come on, don't tell me you don't want to go buy a Scion right now. What's wrong with you? I think I should buy a Scion because I saw a sheep's head get cut off. Yeah, that makes sense. How busted are they? Okay, so let's see. Let me go back this way. We'll go back this way.
A giant, leg-covered, venomous fang-wielding terror that could only have materialized within one's most horrifying nightmare.
See, there, within one's most horrifying nightmares. Why do you think the sheep got his head cut off when he saw his own reflection? Just same thing. See, what's running all these things is a spirit. I've been born of a different spirit. The spirit of all truth. Why do you think I can so easily show this to you? I mean, who in the hell could show you all this stuff? There you go.
Alien, sex humanoid, hybrid woman.
My favorite.
Your inner superstar. Say I was born this way. The performance we did last night at the Grammys was, and what we've been doing with the egg and the rebirth, it's meant to signify an artistic statement of birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race. A race within the race of humanity.
Clarice, are the lambs still crying, Clarice? Have you figured it out? Remember Buffalo Bob or whatever? Yeah, Buffalo Bob, he was kidnapping girls. He was a dude, and he wanted to transform into a woman. So he was cutting their skins off, making a suit of female. That's like a female suit to put on. Bible, in the end, a woman will compass a man. I mean, just do the math. Buffalo Bob, he's kidnapping women, you know. He's got the death moth. Let me show you something about that moth. But you want to see something crazy about the moth in Silence of the Lambs? Watch. I'll show this to you. I told you, I'm just going to go off on a tangent tonight. I'm just going to do what I do. This is the way my brain works. This is the way the Lord made me. Okay. Let's see. On the lambs. I'm going to do Silence of the Lambs poster. Okay, there we go. So, Silence of the Lambs poster. Watch this. Okay. You see the moth? It's made up by females' bodies. Let's see if I can get a... Let's see. There you go. These are two women. That's the head. That's her arm going out. That's her bottom sitting down. Those are the backs of their legs. Like, you know, they're sitting on an invisible bench. Those are the backs of their legs. Let's see. And this is like a crucifixion here. Head, arms out. Let's see. This is the same as Salvador Dali. There you go, right here. Watch. There you go. Okay, there it is. You see right here? Look. See, this is a woman's body, woman's body, woman's body. They put her like this, kind of like a crucifixion scene. It's female, though. These are all women's bodies making up a death moth. Well, remember, Buffalo Bob wanted to transform into a woman. Did you know that this was taken from Salvador Dali? I did. See, this is Salvador Dali, right? This is Salvador Dali image. Right here. There you go. So, yep. There it is. So, this is what's on, you know, that's what's on her mouth. Yep. Anyway, Silence of the Lambs, about metamorphosing, about a man metamorphosing into a woman. You cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, says the Lord. There Okay, so let's just keep going. Broken promises. Okay, so broken promises. What does that mean? Well, she's this girl. She's wearing camouflage because her identity's camouflage. And look, there's a scorpion. Broken promises. Now, I think that this, I don't know if I can read this, but it says promises are never kept. Promises mean nothing or something like that. And she's wearing camouflage because she's camouflaged. There's something else running her, just like Lady Gaga. My performance is about another race of beings being birthed within the human race. That's why she's got a scorpion on her. What comes out of the pit? Locusts, and what about them? And they had tails like unto scorpions, and the power to sting men. Men will seek death and will not find it. They'll desire to die, and death will flee from them. Let's look at some band album covers real quick. Have y'all ever heard of a band called the Scorpions? Klaus Meine and the Scorpions. Those guys are super cool. There you go. Scorpions. Look, Virgin Killer. What a great album cover. What the hell's the matter with you? Are you kidding me? So you put a little girl on there and you blot out her privates? That's just nuts. Okay, well, let's take a look at their album covers. Okay, so remember, I told you, just like when we started this video, the dragonfly was a representation of the apex predator on this planet. Why do you think all these girls have them? Because they're being used as the apex predator. Okay, well, what comes out of the pit? Locusts, and they had tails like unto scorpions. What was used as bait for God's angels? The female host body. Hey, you want this? I can give it to you. I can put you in a host body, and you can take on a host body, but you got to sign your spirit over to me. You got to be on my team, and I'll give you all that. Okay, well, here you go. Scorpions, deadly sting. Oh, wow. What a naked girl with scorpions all over her. Wow, that makes sense. Of course, why not? Come on, girls. See? Scorpions everywhere. Scorpions, scorpions. Because that's what comes out of the pit. Okay, scorpions, deadly sting. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, death, where is thy sting? Oh, Judas, you betray the Son of Man with a kiss. Oh, wow, that's perfect. Okay, here, let's see. Let's look at this Scorpion album real quick. Okay, so remember, we're talking about broken promises. Broken promises, clothing. It's a clothing line. Why would you have a scorpion in broken promises? That's weird. Well, let's look at a Scorpion album. Look. Oh, look, there's a girl and she's blocking out the light from her eyes. And it says savage amusement, and her leg turns into a scorpion tail. Can somebody please tell me why in the world some girl would have her leg turn into a scorpion stinger unless she's an apex predator for the scorpions that are coming out of the pit? Can anyone else give me any other reason for that? Can you support it with any data or any proof? Told you. There you go. Savage amusement. Oh, so we're their amusement and they're the savages because they're amusing themselves by being among us, and we're so stupid we don't know what's going on, and they're amusing themselves. Here, Taken, B-sides, get it taken. Let's take a look at her. Oh, because we've been taken. You know, beside, like having someone walking beside you. Taken, beside, you know, like a twin system. There you go. Taken, beside. Oh, another female. Oh, weird. She's got a scorpion thing going on too. Oh, she's got wings like an angel. Oh, no. This is really going to be super creepy, isn't it? Okay, and then let's talk about this one. Then we don't have to go through all of them. We'll just make my point real quick. Okay, so what got everybody in trouble? I'll tell you what got everybody in trouble is this. Entrance. Does it look like, now, I don't know, you know, guys, or girls or whatever, but she looks like she's having sex. I've seen that face before. That same look. And it was during sex. And you know what? It says entrance, like entrance. and she's acting like she's being penetrated, and it says scorpions, and it says in trance, like you're in a trance. Do you get it? Because what do you think put everybody in their deep sleep? In trance. Huh. Now everything's starting to make sense, isn't it? Otherwise, what the hell does this mean? Oh, look at this guitar. Isn't it cool? Yeah, scorpions in trance. I'm in such a trance over this beautiful white Fender Stratocaster, I could almost just freak out. Whatever. It's like, no. Let me help you out. Wrong. Okay, so again, I'm not going to go through all the Scorpion albums, but you can go through the Scorpion albums and you can see that they tell a very obvious story. Look at this one. What is up? Love it. First sting. Yikes. Look at that. Makes a triangle. Makes a mirror image. That's lovely. Okay, so I guess you're starting to figure things out by now. And, you know, we're an hour and 35 minutes into this video. This will probably go 4 or 5 hours maybe. You know, while we're here looking at bands, let's talk about Tool. What was the tool that they used in order to accomplish this? Well, there's a band called Tool, and those are nuts. Is that a penis? Yeah. Tool, the band Tool. Let's take another look at the band Tool. Just to have a little look at some more of their album stuff. There you go. There's Tool. What does that look like? Does that look like something hatching out of another skin that's made up from two different things? It sure does. Let's take, oh wow, look at Tool. Look at what's up with Tool. Tool is using the same thing as Slipknot, a transmutation circle. It's the same thing as a hendecagram. It's just got two less sides. At the 12 o'clock mark, where 12 o'clock is on the clock, you got one. And down here where 6 o'clock is, there's 2. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so go and the 2 become 1. There you go. See? Opiate. Yay. Yay. So, are you starting to notice a pattern? Have you noticed a pattern yet? Have you all noticed a pattern? What about the Grateful Dead? Let's take a look at the Grateful Dead. Why would you be grateful for being dead unless you're an idiot, or unless they're making fun of you? Is that the sun, or is that a bunch of sperm fertilizing an egg? Is that... Oh, that's the winged disc. Does that make a crescent moon? Yes, it does. Huh. The Grateful Dead. I used to go watch them when I was younger, and I never in a million years would have thought they were all satanic, but they sure are. Let's take a look at like that skull. Well, let's enlarge this. Is that a normal tip of a skull, or is that the tip of a penis? And is that an egg being fertilized? That's what made you the Grateful Dead. Well, let's take there you go. That's the tip of a penis, and this is semen, and then those are a bunch of sperm fertilizing an egg. So if anyone wants to tell me that's not what that is, you're incorrect. And then there's something forming below ground right here. There looks like there's a plant sort of thing above ground, but there's a fetus in there that's developing below ground. And this looks like a cross section of a uterus. That looks like an upside down labia with a tree growing out of it, doesn't it? Well, you know what? There's a sperm going in it. Yeah. That looks like the female reproductive system again. And there's a tree growing out of it. Isn't that perfect? Huh. Now I'm starting to notice other stuff. Oh, wow. That's the eye. You know what? I'll put this right here. That's the eye of an insect. That's the eye of an insect. And this is the tip of the mouth of the insect. There you go. So now you have an insect, you have a penis, you have a fertilized egg, and the sun disk of Ra. Okay, so probably nothing to think about, though. Nothing to worry. No worries. Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Let's just take a look at a fertilized egg, and let's just put it up there. Yeah. Okay, why would you make the sun a fertilized egg? Why would you say the Grateful Dead? Why would you name your band the Grateful Dead, put a penis ejaculating and a bunch of sperm fertilizing an egg and say the Grateful Dead and have things growing underground? Here's kind of a neat picture right here. This is a skull and it's a girl looking in the mirror. Get it? Because the reflection is what caused death. And see right here, the window's open. She's sitting in front of a vanity and she's looking at her own reflection, but that's the eye and the eye and the nose and then the mouth of the skull. That's a Def Leppard image from Def Leppard, the band Def Leppard. So why is it that all these bands have all the same common denominators? Oh, there you go. There's Slipknot. What a wonderful group of guys. Now let's see. He's got a crown on like Jesus. It says all hope is gone, because so they're mocking Christ. And Slipknot, and then got some, yeah, really creepy art going on. So they're mocking Christ. All hope is gone. Okay, let's just scan through this real quick. Here's some rapper, and do you know what he's doing? Let's talk about it. What are you doing? What's that mean? Yo, bro, what's up, homie? You know what he's doing? He's doing like the two intersecting V's, the double U. You see? V, V, and V, and he's interlocking them. Yeah, double U. See what's up? That's why they do that. They know what's up. They serve it. They're slaves to it. They're slaves to their daddy that is going to consume them. Yep. So let's see. What about a guy named Drake? Everybody know who Drake is? A real popular artist. There you go. There's Drake. Oh, wow. Scorpion. Wait a minute. He's not with the band Scorpions? No, he's not. Huh. He's just Drake. Oh, what's up? Why are your eyes all glowy? Well, because that represents a spirit that's running you. A below ground system, Scorpion, huh? Did you know Drake had a concert and in one of his concert tours, he's got a giant box with a giant scorpion coming out. Let's see if we can... let's see, there you go. So there's Drake concert, and look what this giant scorpion... Look at all these people all around this big box. Whoa, that's like this big giant scorpion coming out of the pit. Y'all starting to catch on now, aren't you? You're like, oh, this crap is everywhere. Yes, it is. Everywhere. See, because they serve it. The scorpion in the pit runs Drake, the angel of the bottomless pit. They had a king over them, Apollyon, the angel of the bottomless pit. So all you got to do is look at Drake and look at his jewelry. Isotoxal star. You know what isotoxal means? I do. Look it up. There's a Drake. Wow, Drake. So what's up? You're wearing a scorpion pendant. Yes, you are. Isn't that neato? Makes a Vesica Pisces. Let's look at Lady Gaga. So here's Lady Gaga. She's got a mustache like a man. Look, she's got a scorpion on her boobie. That's crazy, huh? What's up with that? Oh, they all serve the same thing. What are they all in the band, the Scorpions, or what? Are they all Scorpion fans? The answer is yes, but not fans of the Scorpions, the band. They're fans of the angel of the bottomless pit. You know, they had a king over them. Who had a king over them? The locusts with tails like scorpions. They had a king over them called Apollyon, and he gives the jobs to who he wants. He gives the spotlight to who he wants. Whoever will serve him and do his bidding, he gives the jobs to. Look at the most interesting man in the world. He's not really that interesting when you know what's up. Well, did you look behind him? Squint your eyes a little bit. This is a sheep. This dark thing is the eye, and there's the eye. Those are the ears coming out. Eye, ear coming out, ear coming out. And this is the nose of the sheep. But wait, when you enlarge it, the sheep disappears and there is a cat. There's a cat here. And these are two girls sitting back to back. There's not really a painting here because look, their legs go outside the painting. And see, he thinks he's all cool because he's got 2 hot babes. Well, I've got bad news for you, most interesting man in the world. You're going to be the most tortured man in hell. Because you think you're cool because you got 2 hot babes. I used to think the same thing myself. But it was just an illusion. And so here you go. You got 2 hot babes, so you think you're real cool. But the truth is, you just got double trouble. There you go. So now we're going to go back to that other folder. I just want to scan through this real quick, see what's up. Okay, here's just some of the clothing lines. Let's look at some popular. There's some, people in here like Cara Delevingne. She's been in movies. Some of these girls. I mean, why would you have tattoos of wasps on you? It's a pretty girl, but she's got a tattoo of a wasp. Here's other girls that have tattoos of wasps. Why would you all do these wasp tattoos? Why would you do a big bug tattoo that big on you? Why would you do scorpion tattoos? Why would you do wasp tattoos? Why would you do 2 wasps going, or bees, whatever it is, going into the nest with a big XX chromosome? What is up with all that? It's because that's what runs them. Here's a clothing line. Lurking class. Wolves don't lose sleep over the opinions of the sheep. Welcome to the government of the world. They could care less what you think. They don't even care if you know anymore, because they know they gotcha. So here's a lurking class jacket, and we're going to see more of this. So see the lurking class? Okay, so you got this guy, this devil with horns, tongue sticking out, but why would you put something like that on his forehead? Well, that's because when you turn it upside down, it becomes something else. It becomes this. And there you go. That's a mouth. That's also a receptacle. So anyway, just there you go. Okay, here's the Journey album. Anyone like the band Journey? Do you know what you're looking at, right? Do you know what you're actually looking at? You're looking at the pit opening up, and then right here, this is all the head, like of a bug alien coming up out of the pit. This is the eye. This is the black. The wings are the eyes. This is the head right here. This is the mouth. I'll reduce it in size, and you'll be able to see it coming up out of the pit. And there's, see, like the dragon. There you go. So all these people worship this crap. There you go. See it? There it is. You see it coming up out of the pit? See it? Eye, top of the head, mouth. And then look underneath here. Eye, mandibles. That's what's coming up. Journey. See, because they run everything. There's, Taylor Swift. Whatever that song is. Are you ready for it? And then she touches her own reflection right here. See, always the reflection. The 2 in 1. And then at one point of the video, it shows her 2 different reflections. One's female and one's this thing. Which is, look at that. That's like a cephalopod. It's like a shapeshifter. There you go. Anyway, okay, enough of that. Let's get back to these folders right here. Broken Promises. Let's go back. Broken Promises. Yeah, because Lucifer promised you it'd be great. You'd have a hot babe and you'd be able to have families and you'd never die and all that good stuff. He lied. Okay, so now let's look at, there's a band called Alien Ant Farm. This is their logo. And so think about Alien Ant Farm. So they're farming us and they're using the human host body to do it. And this thing right up here, that's the double cross right here. It's called the satanic double cross. I'm going to type that into Google because I think you should need to see it just on a Google Images. So you can just know it in your heart. satanic double cross. Here we go. Boom. You'll see it over and over. There you go. Satanic double cross. There you go. Satanic double cross. Satanic double cross. Satanic double cross right here. So it's called this is the Leviathan cross. These are satanic crosses. See that? Take a look at it right there. Take a look right there. Take a look right there. Okay, now let's go back to alien ant farm. Here's a girl's G-string. Remember the satanic double cross, the Leviathan cross. You know, Leviathan, like the serpent in the sea. That thing's not moving. Anyway, here's a satanic double cross, the Leviathan cross. And here's a girl with the Leviathan cross on her G-string. Here's the Pope wearing the satanic double cross. Yikes. Let me go back. There we go. Let's see. Okay, let me go like this. Scrunch it down. And we'll just take the Pope. We'll take the ant. Because that's what the Pope really is right there. We'll see what the Pope is? That's what the Pope is. Right there. That's what the Pope is. He's part of the alien ant farm. There you go. Okay, now, I don't know if you guys know anything about runes. It's time to give you time to educate you a little bit on witchcraft. Because witchcraft is all around you. But because you don't know it, it's all around you and you just don't see it. There's shows on TV, Shadow Hunter. There's all these shows. There's some new series that comes on, and they literally show the sigil of Lucifer right on your screen. But people that don't know what the sigil of Lucifer is, they look right at the screen and they just watch the show. Oh, this is a great show. Now, they're making fun of you because you're in their world. So, this is a Shadow Hunter's rune, the mortal instruments and angelic power rune shaped with runes. But let me show you something about this. This is a t-shirt you can get. And it's got all these different witch runes. But look down here at the Bible. Down at the bottom. You see the upside down cross and there's a circle around it. But I want you to look at this symbol right here. This is actually, it's actually a scorpion tail. Now I'll show that to you in a minute. But I want to show you this in Google Images. Let's see. I'm sorry. Witchcraft. Shadow Hunter runes. Okay, so a rune is a symbol used in witchcraft. And so here we go. So these are symbols that are used in witchcraft. And they have different symbols for different things. Let me refine this to boom. Shadow. Oh, no wonder. Sorry, that was really bad spelling, huh? Shadow Hunter runes and meanings. So as we go through here, they'll pop up. There we go, right there. Okay, so here we go, right here. So here, these are witch runes used in witchcraft. This rune right here means angelic power, soundness, heal, painless, whatever. So they have their little symbology, okay? But right here is angelic power. You see it, angelic power. Take a good look at this witch rune right here. This is witchcraft, folks. Witchcraft. Shadow Hunter runes and meanings, and it's used in witchcraft. Okay, so this is the one I want you to pay attention to. This one. Angelic power right here. Okay? So you've seen it now. Now let's go to the Shadow Hunters. Shadow Hunters rune, the mortal instruments. Because they're using mortal bodies as instruments to accomplish their goals. So angelic power rune shaped with runes, black, blah, blah, blah. So you can buy that shirt if you want to buy it. But let me kind of walk you through it a little bit. Okay, so let's see. No. Okay, so I showed you the shirt. And the reason I showed you that shirt, because I want you to understand that there really is a shadow hunter. And it's what's really behind the skin that's hunting us. It looks as normal as you and I do. It talks like you and I do. You would never know it. That's how good the camouflage is. Broken promises. So the camouflage is perfect because everybody looks the same. You don't know who's who and what's what. But the Bible says, therefore you will know them. You will know them by their fruits. Anyone that lies at all, you're not set free. How could you be set free? At this, the first requirement for me to get set free was 100% no lying. That meant I wasn't able to lie 1% if I wanted to know the truth, and I was put to the test the night I got saved. And then after I got saved, lies I had told to other people, I had to come clean on. It was very humiliating. And I had to do it, though. When it came up, I'd have to say, well, when I told you that, it wasn't true. They'd be like, what? I'm like, yeah, it was a lie. And they were like, oh, I'm shocked. That's how Satan holds you hostage. He holds you hostage because you don't want to come clean. You don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to say, no, that was a lie. Because nobody wants to admit they told lies about stuff. It's just embarrassing. It's humiliating. But if you want to be set free, do it. Okay? So anyway, so here's the shadow hunting thing. And I love these two images because I just showed you angelic power shadow hunters. Okay? Now, here's an image of a guy standing in this room. And then look at all the feathers on the floor. And because he's in a male host body now. But look, he lost his wings. But look at his shadow. He's got the shadow of an angel. That's a very good image. That's a very good image for understanding what we're doing. Now, let's go look at this girl that's walking into this room, and this guy's sitting on a bed, and he thinks he's gonna, hey, little fornication sounds great. Look at the shadow on the wall. That is so telling. It is just crazy how telling that is. That is exactly what's up. That is such a perfect representation of the truth. That's the story. Who likes Sarah McLachlan? I used to like Sarah McLachlan. She's got some good songs. I like the song Building a Mystery. Have you ever listened to it? You're so beautiful, a beautiful effed up man. If you go and you look at the lyrics, depending on which version you listen to, you're so beautiful, a beautiful effed up man. You're so careful when I'm in your arms. There's a line in that song that says, can you look out the window without your shadow getting in the way? Before she says, you're so beautiful, a beautiful effed up man. Did you know Sarah McLachlan puts on the Lilith Fair? You know what? I'll show it to you. Google Images. Lilith Fair. See, Sarah McLachlan, Lilith Fair. There you go. Boom. So Sarah McLachlan puts on the Lilith Fair. There she is. And so she, she's a musical artist. And the Lilith Fair features female solo artists. There's Sarah McLachlan. Yeah, and she's married, and she sings the song "Building a Mystery." And but go watch it. You know what? Let me show you which one to watch. Go on YouTube. Go on YouTube. Let's see. Building a Mystery, Sarah McLachlan lyrics. I'll show you this one right here. See this one right here?
If you write
hang on.
anything on your computer, you need to get Grammarly.
I write pretty much all day.
Okay, so see the door opening up to the other side? So this guy's opening up the door to the other side. Now listen, I don't want to play this song because I don't want a codec violation because of using her music. But sit here and watch this video and listen to what she says. And just watch the video. It's like, you got to be joking. I used to love that song. I still like the song, but it has a whole new thing going now. Okay, back to Shadow Hunters. Just like Sarah McLachlan. Can you look out the window without your shadow getting in the way? Exactly. Okay, now, what do all these things have in common? This is a 4-panel picture. Let's see. This is the largest altar in the world right here. And those mandibles are the labia that are on the altar of St. Peter. And there's a penis going in the mouth of a bug. Here is the mouth of a bug. By the way, these bugs also have labium, which are right inside here. Right inside there. Now, here is Alien Ant Farm right here. See, I told you it's a band. Smooth Criminal. Okay, Degenerate. Nice. And so here's Alien Ant Farm. There's their logo. It's in the shape of a pyramid. Missing the capstone, but there's the steering wheel to my car that's also a bug. And I just drew in a penis right here because if you're sitting in that car and you were naked and you had an erection, your penis would be right between the mandibles of a bug. What the hell? I mean, seriously. What the hell? Don't you find that disturbing? The vehicle that I'm driving has mandibles where my crotch is. What do you think's running this whole planet then? So, if the energy that made that, think about it. So, the energy that made that, think about it. So, the car was designed, so I'm trying to get my hat, it's like, the energy that designed the car made it look like a damn bug. The steering wheel. Not only, look at the new Jeeps, look at the new vehicles, look at the headlights, look at the dash. I mean, look at the front of the car, the air dams. They look like bugs because they're manifesting what's making them. There you go. See, I'm not making this up. There you go, because we're in an alien ant farm. There you go. Largest altar in the world, steering wheel, alien ant farm, ant. We haven't even gone to the dragonflies yet. Told you guys I look at this stuff all day long. I'm like, ugh. Okay, so here's another steering wheel from another car. That's a Ford. This is a Ford Fusion. What do you notice about the steering wheel to the Ford Fusion? Is it the same thing? Not only is it a bug, but this is also the female reproductive system right here. This is ovary, and this is the uterus and cervix, and this is the opening to the vagina, the labia. So the bug's face is the same exact thing. Isn't that funny? It says in Genesis 1:26, let us create man in our image. So they did create them male and female. The word create man in our image, the word image means vain show and representative figure, especially an idol. Did you know that the male genitalia and the female genitalia both look like bugs? Let us create man in our image, vain show. Representative figure, especially an idol. Why is the steering wheel in the shape of a bug? Not just in my car, but many, many other cars. Why is the mandibles at our crotch? You know where you're at? Get me out of here! Who wants to join me? Maybe we can buy the balloon from the Wizard of Oz. We can find out where it is. Target is selling red ruby slippers. We can all pull our money. We can get the balloon and just start clicking our heels together and say there's no place like that. Do you want out of here now? Yeah, I want out of here. Death is the door, guys. So, but if you're afraid of death, then, then you belong to these guys. That's why you have to overcome death. Jesus overcomes death. Fear not, for I have overcome the world. Okay, let me show you the Vatican. A big snake wearing a crown. Let me show you that courtyard, which is a big keyhole. The snake wearing a crown is also an upside down cross because the cross got turned upside down and we got turned into serpent skin. And then let me show you a drink called Mickey Finn's Serpent Bite. Is that a sperm right here swimming towards an apple? It sure is. Is it a serpent with fangs? It is. Why would you name a drink Serpent's Bite that's a sperm that's also a serpent that's got serpent skin going for an apple, unless you were trying to convey the same meaning as this right here? A sperm. See, it's a sperm. Let me just prove that to you that it's a sperm. So what's up with all the sperm and all this advertising? It's getting kind of creepy, right? So here, let me just show it to you. Let me just enlarge this. Okay, there you go. See, Serpent's Bite. So if you just take these lines, let me see. If you just take this little end right here and let that be the end of it, it's a sperm. If you add the eye and the beak on, then it's an owl. There's the eyebrow of the owl, eyebrow, eye, owl, Molech. Then if you add this on, it's a serpent. So it's a sperm, it's an owl because the owl sees in the dark and is wise, and it's a serpent. It's the same thing as a sperm. Serpent's Bite. See? There you go. Okay. Okay, let's see. There you go. There's that largest. Okay, now remember, I know I've shown you this 100 times, but you see this big snake right here? That's the Vatican. See the big snake? The window right there is this light coming in through the mandibles of this big bug. And the penis that's going in the mouth of the big bug is the seat of St. Peter. That's such a joke. Look at that. That's just insane. Hey, I know what. Here's that girl. I colored in her tattoo just to make it a little simpler for you. I'm going to show you the male and female reproductive system. Okay, this is the male reproductive system right here. Here. This is the male reproductive system. Does that look like an insect? It's a yes or no answer. Does this look like an insect? This is the male reproductive system. This is the female reproductive system. This is the altar of St. Peter's. And this is a girl with a bug tattoo cleverly put on her vagina with the mandibles of the bug over her labia right here. I've shown this to you before. There it is. Wow. And you know what? I think I should show you the original tattoo just so you know that there's no, I don't want anyone to think, anyone that hasn't seen this, I don't want you to go, oh, well, you're drawing it in for your own means. Nope, wrong. Let me just show you. I'll just open up another folder very quickly. Then I'm going to go heat up some coffee, and we're going to start hour 3. We'll probably be 5 hours here. I told you I've got a whole lot of data. Okay, let's see. Let's do, I believe, serpents, female reproductive system. We have a common denominator. Okay, bugs, altars, tattoos, female reproductive system. It'll be in there as well. Dun, 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 dun. And this is a really good folder too. Okay, let me just see. There you go. There's the girl. All I did was outline the black with a little bit of green. There you go. There's the bug. Why the hell would you have a bug tattooed on your vagina? Hell, it's disguised as, as these whatever kind of Celtic looking lines, but no, those are 2 eyes and those are mandibles. So you got mandibles on your vagina, on your labia. Oh, that's funny. A bug's mouth is called labium. Isn't that fascinating? Here's another girl with the same exact tattoo. What's even funnier is she's got a dragon on her leg. It says, Soy la mayor, which means I'm the best. And she's got the same bug tattoo with the mandibles where her labia are. Right above it. Isn't that just amazing. It's really amazing. So, let's talk about the dragonfly being the apex predator again. A dragonfly is the apex predator on this planet. It lives a stage where it starts as an egg that is deposited. We start as an egg and a sperm. And then we're birthed onto this surface and we walk around in this stage. But then when we die, the final stage is we go, if you don't get converted, to food for another race of beings that are locusts. That's the final stage, the one that flies. No different than a dragonfly. A dragonfly, an egg is laid, and then the egg hatches, and then the nymph stage comes out. Why do you think they call a girl a nymphomaniac? Do you know what a nymph is? A nymph is an intermediate stage of an insect. It's a stage. And in the stage that she's in, she's hypersexual, which is the way that the ones in the pit get their food. So she's hypersexual. She's a nympho. She's a nymph. And she's a maniac for sex, which is what produces her other race, nymphomaniac. She's in the nymph stage, and she's a shadow hunter. Get it? Did you know what a guy nymphomaniac is called? A satyr, S-A-T-Y-R. It's a hypersexual goat man. Jesus said, I'll judge between one sheep and another, separating the sheep from the goats. That's right. Okay, so male reproductive system right here. Female reproductive system right here. Largest altar in the world right here. Girl with a bug tattooed right here. They're all the same. Let us create man in our image. Vain show. Representative figure, especially an idol. What do they do? Let's see if it pops out. Let's see if I have it highlighted on this computer. I don't know if I do or not. But, you know, this is... These are, guys, I've gone to these links for the good of everybody so many times you would not believe it. I've gone through this so many times that my head is swimming. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. The deep, an abyss, a surging mass of water. And the spirit, the ruach, resemblance, breath, figuratively life, anger, unsubstantiability. The spirit of Elohim, gods, angels, magistrates of the supreme God, was upon the face as the part that turns of the waters, semen. And God said, Elohim, gods of the supreme God, of, see that little word, of the supreme God, angels, magistrates, said, let us make man, Adam, a human being hypocrite, in our image. Resemblance, hence a representative figure look, especially an idol. Vain show. Let us create man. So they did create them male and female in their image. They did create them male and female in their image. They did create them. Well, let's see. The whole thing's a damn bug. There's a penis and a vagina. Wow. So this whole altar that's a big dead sheep, and I'm going to defer back to this folder right now. This whole altar, that the whole damn thing's a big dead sheep, is a male and a female reproductive. Male, what makes you a male? Penis, what makes you a female? Vagina. So here's that altar, the big dead sheep. And in case y'all don't believe me that it's a dead sheep, see, there's the spirit of Elohim moving over the semen. See? I just showed you an altar that is a bunch of Elohim, gods, angels, magistrates, moving over. Look at all the semen flowing down. Are you telling me that's not semen flowing? That's semen flowing like honey. That's why it's in the mouth of a bug, like a bee, because to them it's like honey. Semen is like honey to them. Do you get it? Okay, so in case you don't believe me, that you don't believe that that's a sheep, I put a sheep right here. There's a sheep and there's the altar. It's a sheep. And see this part of the sheep right here? It's a penis. And I'll just prove it to you. Here you go. Here's a purple penis diagram. I'll enlarge this. There's your penis. Boom, shooting the seed into that open vagina. Now I'm going to turn this upside down. And so one's right side up, one's upside down. I'll take this exact image. See the sheep? Well, this is a penis shooting the seed into this. Let's turn this upside down. I'll take it right here. Boom, turn it upside down. There it is. It's a female vagina. Watch. You know what? I'll enlarge that and I'll slide it right on top. There you go. She could use a wax. She could use a bikini wax, but absolutely boom. There you go. So here's the female reproductive system. It's an altar. It's the largest altar in the world. It's a bug harvesting semen. How's it harvesting semen? By using the female reproductive system to get the semen. Why do you think Ariana Grande, right here is Ariana Grande. Go look at her video, God is a Woman. Now I'm going to take this female reproductive system and I'm going to go boom, boom, boom and put it right on Ariana Grande's big, scene in her stupid video, God is a Woman. Why do you think she has all the light coming down? She's saying that the female mother goddess is the light when it's really the darkness. There you go. You see what's going on now? Okay. Okay. Let's see, we're halfway, maybe halfway through the Dragonfly folder. Well, let's just be real here. Let's go back to that folder. Okay, let's enlarge the female reproductive system. Okay, so I'm going to break this down for you right here. Okay, here you have the labia majora right here. There's a little line going right here. For anyone that doesn't know your biology, here you go, labia majora. Okay, down here, labia minora goes right here and here. Okay, so you have the labia right here. Let's go back and look at the altar. Now let's go look at where the mandibles of the bug are. Now don't forget, in the dragonfly and in the insect economy, the mouth of insects are called labium. The same exact word is what's used in the female reproductive system. Labia means lips. Labium, the lips of a bug also. So let's take this right here. There it is. The mouth of the serpent right here. I'm going to take this female reproductive system. That's the window. I'm going to enlarge that serpent right there. And I'm going to show you where that window is on the inside. So the mouth of a serpent is the female reproductive system. Is this arguable to anybody? That window right there on the inside is this altar. Let's put it there. So the mouth of the serpent is the female reproductive system. End of story. Now, watch this. So, what are the sides of the female reproductive system called on the outside? The labia. Okay, labia. Let's look at the mouth of a dragonfly larva. It's called a labium and it's got pinchers. See it right there? It's prehensile and it sticks out and it guts out and grabs its prey. Here is the largest altar in the world. That's that female reproductive system. And look, the mandibles of this big bug right here, and I'll take this bug, I'll reduce it in size. The mandibles of the bug are the labia of this right here. There you go. So the labia are the mandibles of that bug right here. There you go. So this is not arguable. I mean, anyone that wants to argue with it, you're arguing with the pictures of a bug. What comes out of the pit? Bugs. How are the bugs from the pit getting all their food? The entire human host body system. How are they doing it? Breeding, the most natural thing there is. Catching this? Yep. Okay. Now, I'll leave this here. Remember, those who try and hide their plans from the Lord are doomed. They carry out their schemes in secret and think no one will see them or know what they are doing. Who's they? The virgin that created all this. They turn everything upside down. See the virgin? What does it create? It creates a dead sheep. There's the eye, nostril, lines of the lips, the tongue sticking out, and the little rainbow. That's the light energy that they're getting from the sheep. Now, let's go back and watch another video.
A giant, leg-covered, venomous fang-wielding terror that could only have materialized within one's most horrifying nightmare.
Alien, sexy humanoid, hybrid woman.
My favorite.
Our inner superstar. See, I was born this way. The performance we did last night at the Grammys was, and what we've been doing with the egg and the rebirth, it's meant to signify an artistic statement of birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race. A race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a race within the race of humanity.
Okay, so yeah. So I want you to listen to this part right here again. I'm gonna play that, but I'm gonna show you the largest altar in the, well, I'll show you this first. Watch.
Rebirth, it's meant to signify an artistic statement of birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race. A race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Huh.
Birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Let me show you another picture. So here's a sheep. How are you all going to birth that new race in the race of humanity? Don't you need like a mechanism for doing it? Why do you think the largest altar in the world is the male and female reproductive systems and a sheep? And it's all about sex. Let's listen to that one more time and let's look at those pictures.
It's meant to signify an artistic statement of birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race. A race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Told you. They're using the human host body system as a transmutation vehicle device in order to get an angel trapped in a system. The system is inherently evil. It's attached to the other side, and the other side is consuming self-cannibalization. And then if you don't get converted because of your duality, right side up, upside down, if you don't get converted and your eye becomes single, then you go into the pit and you're food for this stuff. Told you. It's a no-brainer. Okay, let's keep looking. Let's keep going. We got a lot of pictures. Let's see. Uh-oh. There we go. Dragonfly, right. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, that's my coffee. Hang on one sec, guys. Okay, so now we're going to start tearing into this. Just so I'm going to grab my coffee real quick. Okay. Y'all have no idea how many hours on end I've spent doing this. Oh, that's exactly what I need. Okay, so let's talk about, everybody say it, what is the mouthpiece, not just of a dragonfly called, but all chewing insects have labium, which is their mouth. Okay, labia means lips. Even in Spanish, labios. You know, it's Spanish is labios. Latin is labia. So, the mouth of these insects is called labium. Let's look at the word nymphomaniac. Nymphomaniac, synonym for thesaurus, a woman who has abnormally excessive and uncontrollable sexual desire, because the nymph stage of the creature from the pit is the above ground host body. This, we are in the nymph stage. So a nymphomaniac, I mean, her main purpose is sex. I mean, just think about it. Sex, hypersexual. Just because that's what's driving her. The production. You know, that's it. Again, and God, you know, just so we're equal opportunity offenders right here. Male nymphomaniac is called a satyr. Yeah, here it goes. Satyrus. Corresponding nymphomania in men is derived from the satyrs. Okay, let me show you what a satyr is. It's a mythological or drunken, hypersexual goatmen creatures who were attendant upon Dionysus. Okay, so let's see. So we'll close that out. Close out Sarah McLaughlin. Close a couple windows. And then I'll do Google Images and show you a satyr. And there you go, satyrs. There you go. Here you go. Goat dudes with boners. Yep. Anyway. There you go. There's your satyrs. Okay. Where do you think the god Pan comes from? Where do you think Peter Pan peanut butter comes from? Peter Pan. It's not what you think. So, yeah, satyrs. There you go. Here you go. There you go. There's your satyrs hanging out with your chicks. Yep, there you go. That's what's up. It's pretty messed up, right? Bet y'all weren't in for this. Okay, so anyway, the nymphomaniac stage is an above ground nymph stage that's hypersexual because that's what's running the show. Get it? Okay. Now, let's talk about dragonflies. Dragonfly transmutation. You know, I don't want to go into a whole transmutation thing. I've already done a video on the Statue of Liberty, and I have a whole folder that's sperm and transmutation in the Statue of Liberty. I'll do another video on that, but if I do it tonight, we're going to be here for like 5 hours because there's so much data. Okay, so here's a girl with a dragonfly on her back. Now, let me show you really interesting. Wow. Okay, so in here, in this, there's a female, and it's a star. Well, when you turn a star upside down, it's the church saying, and then it's out of it's growing a plant. Look, so here's a female. Look. So, see? Here's her foot, there's her legs, here's her body, there's her breasts. And so she's going into this plant thing in like a transmutation circle, and then out comes this dragonfly, the apex predator. That's quite a tattoo. Let me show you something about this right here in alchemy. Like I'll just show you from a book of alchemy real quick. Sorry, I thought that was going back to the previous picture. There you go. Let's see if I put it here. Let's see. Let me see if the book of alchemy. There it is. Nope. There it is. There you go. Book of alchemy. Here's alchemist symbols so you understand. There you go. There's an alchemist symbol. The star is pervasive in alchemy. And if you look up here, you'll see the all-seeing eye. And then if you look very closely and you see this crescent moon right here coming out of the sun, you'll see it's also a serpent eating its own tail. There's the eye, and this is the mouth open. It's like a dragon, and it's eating its own tail. Alchemy. Book of alchemy right here. Okay, witchcraft. This is all witchcraft, folks. Everything I'm showing you. The whole earth is witchcraft. That's why in Isaiah it says, against whom do you sport yourself and stick out your tongue? Are you not the seed of the adulterer and the whore? That's the whole system that got started. Okay, so now let's go back. Let's just keep going. Okay, so dragonflies, alchemy. Look at this girl. Interesting set of wings. Check it out. She's got, not only does she have butterfly wings, she's got angel wings, she's got dragonfly wings, and butterfly wings. All metamorphosis, all of them. Yep. Angel, dragonfly, butterfly. Okay, so now there's a dragonfly in I put these in here because these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are, see the stars? 8-pointed stars. Morning star, Lucifer. Okay, here's a church. This is St. Stephen's Cathedral, I believe. Okay, I turned it upside down on purpose because you see right in here, you know what that is? It's a bug. It's a bug, and the mouth of the bug is a vagina. And it also makes the devil, horns going up. I'll draw it in for you. It makes a spear tip going for this open hole. It represents penetration. Why would you build a cathedral like that? Let me show you what's hidden right here in front of your face. Well, those who try and hide their plans, they turn everything upside down. So if I just draw on the lines, I can, this is actually a very amazing set of lines. It carries a whole lot of symbology. I'll enlarge this. One set incorporates the crescent moon. The crescent moon represents the birthing of the uterus. There you go. Here you go. That's a bug, folks. And then this is also the female reproductive system. So there it is. Why would you have a big bug? That's the spear tip. That represents Lucifer's impregnation of Eve. Here you go. Now, if I draw in this set of lines, I want you to look at the star it forms. That's really strange. I don't know why I defaulted to that picture. Right here. See the star? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6-pointed star. That's a star of Virginia. Go type in 6-pointed star of Virginia. It's a bug again. Now, does anybody know what the brand of headphones are that are called Jaybird? I think it's Jaybird. You know what? They'll be in here. Hang on one sec. Let me see if they're here. There, yeah, Jaybird. There they are. So you know what? Let me type this into Google Images because I want to show you. because this manifests in products, all kinds of stuff all around you. Google Images, watch this. Jaybird. Jaybird. Sorry. Jaybird. Headphones. There we go. Jaybird headphones. Okay, just so you can see it yourself. See, Jaybird, see that logo right there? That's a bug. Those are the, you just have to turn it upside down and you'll see those are mandibles and eyes. It's a rudimentary image of a bug and they're in your ears. Okay, remember, what is Cain? To strike a musical note. Perfect logo for a set of headphones. Jaybird. Do you know what Jaybird means? Do you know what the term naked as a jaybird means? Just like the Garden of Eden, they were clothed with nakedness. Naked as a jaybird means when you get thrown into prison, they strip you down and they make you walk in front of all the other prisoners from one end to the other, carrying your kit, your clothes, and all your stuff. They made them walk that line. That's where the term jaybird comes from. Naked as a jailbird. Jaybird. Jaybird, because you're in prison. Jesus said he came to set the captives free and the opening of the prison to them that are bound. Right? There you go. That's why there's a brand called Jaybird. Okay, so broken promises. There it is again. What do you know about the word promises? It's upside down. Broken promises. There you go. Okay, what about Donald Trump? What's going on? Why does everybody hate Trump? You know who hates him is all the shadow hunters and all the shadow governments. You know, just go look at Trump stickers. Look, resist Trump. Half his face is blocked out. The letter T is upside down. Oh, he's not part of the bug club, so they want to get rid of him. Because all of a sudden they're freaking out. Oh my God, Trump's in. It's the end of the world. Because the spirit inside of them knows that they've lost control over the minds of everybody. That's why there's this big nationalist movement going on around the world. And now the beast has to rise up and make its move. And this is it. I'm telling you. Okay, let's talk about Octavia Butler. Here's a picture of Octavia Butler right here, right here. There's Octavia Butler. Okay, she wrote a book called Blood Child. And she was featured as a Google Doodle, and I went and looked her up. Oh, look at the vampire fangs. Does that remind you of anything? Any of the stuff I've shown you so far? Look at this centipede chick having sex with this guy. I like this one. I think it's crack up. This is from the book Blood Child. She says, but you came to me to save HOA. I can't think of anything except Homeowners Association. And why would you have sex with a bug to save the Homeowners Association? Don't do it. And keep you for myself. You know bug chicks aren't faithful. They lay lots of eggs. You just can't see it. There you go. Okay, let's look at Octavia Butler's book called Blood Child. And then let's look at the altar again. Throughout her life, Octavia Butler won various awards and became the first science fiction author to get the MacArthur Fellowship. Here's what you need to know about her. Butler won 2 Nebula Awards and 2 Hugo Awards in her career, 2 of the most prestigious prizes in science fiction. 2 of those awards were for the short story Blood Child, in which human refugees are imprisoned on an alien planet by insect-like creatures that protect them while using them as hosts to breed their young. Whoa, that's crazy. Really? Wait a minute.
Inner superstar. See, I was born this way. The performance we did last night at the Grammys was, and what we've been doing today, it's meant to signify an artistic statement of birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Birthing a new race, a race within the race of humanity.
Human refugees are imprisoned on an alien planet by insect-like creatures that protect them while using them as a host to breed their young. Oh, wow. How about that? And he's got to save the homeowners association. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Let the homeowners. I hate homeowners associations anyway. All they do is tell you what you can and can't do. Okay, so let's look at a couple more pictures. So here is the altar. Now it's all colored red. It's like a big red ant. The mandibles have a penis going in its mouth. What's running down the side of that altar? Y'all remember what's running down the side of the altar, don't you? Do y'all remember what's running down the side of the altar? A bunch of semen, see? See all the semen running down the side of the altar and the penis? So what's this big bug harvesting? Because this right here is what's in the mouth of the bug. What's the bug harvesting? The bug's harvesting semen. Oh, just like ants harvest honeydew off aphids. And here's a steering wheel. That's the same weird thing. Here is Drew Barrymore. I love your dress, Drew, but it's a bug. Let's take this ant that's got these mandibles and put it right there. Why are the mandibles right here on her vagina? Well, because it goes with everything else. Here's a building here in San Antonio where you take your deer to be processed. It's a bug. There's the eye, there's the eye, there's the proboscis mandibles. Here's a guy with a virgin tattoo on his back. You turn it upside down, it's a bug. There's the eye, there's the eye. Mandibles, proboscis, and look, a vagina happens to be right there. Y'all starting to get this. Here's a tattoo a girl has. It's a praying mantis coming out from behind the face of a woman. Bugs. Here's a girl with a really interesting tattoo of a tree that's growing upside down. Interesting. I've shown you this. Let's see. Here is the goddess Sophia turned upside down. And the goddess Sophia turned upside down turns into the same as the predator creature right there. I showed you a little clip from Family Guy where he went to a retreat for couples to get their sex life back, and they made a really funny joke about that. Okay, so you know what? That'd be worth showing, but I don't know if it's in there. Hang on. Sorry, I clicked the wrong button and I messed up part of my desktop. So I'm going to jump to this real quick. Remember I showed you guys the Zoomies bag. Okay, look at that. I want you to see it for yourself. What is going on up here in the corner right here? There's a female egg. See the sperm? Huh. There is a prehensile jaw just like Scooby-Doo trapped to the wall. Look at that coming out of a dimension. Look, coming out of the dimension right here. Coming up. Look what it's eating. It's eating sperm. Sperm are going into its mouth. So I'm going to take this bag right here and I'm going to break it down real quick for you and show you again. It's about a vagina eating sperm. So let's just do it real quick. I've already shown you repetitively the same thing over and over and over again. Remember, the largest altar in the world is a vagina that turns into a bug which is eating sperm. That's all there is to it. Hang on, I got to move this just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Sorry, let me, I got to adjust. There we go. Okay, largest altar in the world, again, is a vagina that is actually the mandibles of a bug eating sperm. That's what the whole thing, so we keep seeing the same thing again. Dragonfly, labium. Largest altar in the world, vagina, labia. We have the same common denominator over and over and over again. You have the mandibles of a bug on her vagina. You turn the virgin upside down, it turns into a bug. The mandibles of the vagina, the mandibles of the bug are on a vagina. It happens over and over again. You turn Sophia, the goddess of wisdom, upside down and turns into the creature from the Predator movies. You turn Jaybird upside down, a headset, and it makes a rudimentary image of a bug, eyes and mandibles. You have these girls with tattoos of bugs on their vaginas, and the mandibles of the bugs are on their labia. The same thing. You have, here is the altar of St. Peter, not colored in, and here it is colored in. This is a penis going in the mouth of mandibles. The whole thing's a bug. This window is the female reproductive system. This image right here is just tantamount. There it is. This has no augmentation on it. Right here. That is a penis going into the mandibles of this bug. There it is. That window right there is this window right here, which is the female reproductive system. There is no arguing this anymore. It is not arguable. It's been proven again and again and again through constant different forms of media. Here is an obey hat from Zoomies. What does it say? Obey. There's 2 cherries. And that represents Eve, making a reference to a virgin losing her virginity, a cherry and another cherry, one to the serpent, one to Adam. That's what that represents. Obey. The 2 different, the 2 in 1. Now, let me show you this. We're going to do Zoomies. I personally think this Zoomies thing this Zoomie thing is just absolutely mind-boggling, because I've actually had somebody draw a picture of me with a dead sheep on the image they drew of me, and when I confronted them and I said, "Hey, Alex, why'd you draw this picture of me with a dead sheep?" And he went from "Yeah, John" to "Do you know who you're speaking with?" I'm like, okay, maybe it wasn't that deep, but he changed his voice. "Do you know who you're speaking with?" Turned into the devil right in the middle of Starbucks. Let me get to this. Okay, let's see. I'm doing, where is it? What happened to my Zoomies back? No! Hang on. Sorry, guys. There it is. Okay, here's the Zoomies back. So, what's the difference between this and Scooby-Doo? Nothing. Here is a prehensile mouth, represents the vagina, and you know how it represents the vagina because what's going into it? Sperm. See the sperm right here going into it? All I did was put yellow around the sperm. Here's a sperm. They made the tip of the sperm a triangle because that represents the race they are, like the pyramids, the Egyptians, ancient Egypt. So there go the sperm into the mouth of this creature coming out of the bottomless pit. So see, the bottomless pit is getting its energy from the sperm. End of story. Now, what's really disturbing about this Zoomies thing, besides the fact that the word Zoomie means, do you know what's going on? The word Zoomie means, hey, do you know what's up? You know what's up, right? If someone says, hey, Zoomie, right? That means, hey, you know what's going on, right? Zoomie. Well, you got a bag that shows a prehensile jaw coming out of a pit, a dimension in space, and it's eating sperm. I mean, look at it. It's eating sperm. And down at the bottom where my hand is a dead sheep on its back. And that's what they're getting their energy from. You know, like Lady Gaga said. Okay, so now, here we go. Let me take this sheep that's right here. Look, there's a sheep. Watch. I'll take this, and I'll go right there. See the dead sheep? There's a dead sheep missing its head. Oh, you mean like the Scion commercial? Exactly. So here's an actual sheep laying on its back right here. Here's a sheep laying on its back. Watch. Oh my gosh. It's the same exact thing, isn't it? Yes, it is. Here, I took the sheep's head and I put it upside down. There you go. You see the dead sheep? Why does a bag from Zoomies have a dead sheep on it. Why? Because it's true. Zoomie, you know what I'm talking about? You know what's up? Or you like one of the other people that doesn't have a clue of what's going on? Why is the prehensile jaw from Scooby-Doo that's coming out of a vagina labia, why it's the same thing as Zoomies? See, it's the exact same thing. So I'll take Zoomies right here and I'll put it right next to Scooby-Doo. Oh my gosh, so Zoomies and Scooby-Doo are the same exact thing. How come the mouth of a serpent right here looks identical to a vagina? How come a building that's a serpent, the mouth of the serpent on the inside is a vagina? Why? Because it's true. Do y'all get it? Why does some guy named Kehinde Wiley that did Barack Obama's presidential portrait where he made Barack Obama the serpent from the Garden of Eden, why did he make a painting where he put sperm fertilizing an egg? All I did was color the pink in, and then look, this is his carving. And look up at the top of the carving of the painting. There it is. Look right there. It's a human that's a bug, and it's birthing out of the face of a sheep. There's the sheep's nostril. There's a snoot. There's a nostril, and there's the head of the sheep. And look what's birthing out of the head of a sheep. A human bug. Why is there a brand of clothing called Lurking Class? And why do they have an 8-pointed star with an upside down cross and a lightning bolt with an 8-pointed star, which is the star of Lucifer? How come they have a picture on it of a skeleton wearing a shawl like the Virgin, but when you reduce it in size, it's obviously a vagina, and it goes to a dimension with a bug coming out of it? Am I yelling? Bugs, 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 and more bugs. You get it? Am I bugging you? Why is a movie called Venom? Why does he have a long tongue? Oh, is that a long tongue, or is he eating a sperm? Which one is it? It's both. That's what. I mean, you know, this is just, you're in their world and they're making fun of you all day long. Why is a snake's mouth identical to a vagina? Because it's the same thing as the Vatican. It's identical. There you go. Okay, I'll take this folder and slide it off to the side. That's the binary star folder. Here's the dragonfly folder. Why is there a bench at the car wash that's actually a bug? Do you not think that's a bug? Do you not think that's the eye of a bug and an eye of a bug, and these are the labia? Of course it is. Because you're in their world. Let's look at a picture of twins. I was looking at twins, and why is there one twin that's upside down that's shooting devil horns right here? And why does it have a little thing like it's thinking lightning bolt? I beheld same falling as lightning from heaven, because it's true. So one's thinking love, one's thinking lightning bolt. Energy. Interesting. See what I mean? Yeah. I just noticed something about their eyes. I just noticed this. It looks like, well, it looks like a U and a U. It's definitely a crescent moon, though. Yep. One right side up, one upside down. Okay, so why is there a guy in European folklore that's supposed to be the shadow of St. Nicholas, that's called Krampus, and that hauls off little kids that have been bad in a basket, and he's got a tongue just like the Venom character. Is he eating a sperm, or is it just some stupid tongue? Which is it? It's both. All right. Here's the painting by Kehinde Wiley, right here, of Napoleon that he put sperm on. And look this is a bug. Look what's going into the mouth of the bug. That's a bird. See all the white sperm on the painting? See the sperm everywhere? This is the head of a bug. Mandibles, labium, bird going in the mouth, being consumed by a bug. There's the human. There. Where'd it go? There you go. This is a sheep, folks. This is the outline of the head of a sheep. And there's a bug-like human birthing out of the sheep. I've seen it before. Here's Barack Obama going, shh. Because you know the ones that do that? The ones that do that are part of this system. And there's a t-shirt from Lurking Class, and it's STFU, like shut the F up. We're a bunch of vampires and we're consuming them. Why do you think Barack Obama's got his eye closed and his tongue out? I'll tell you what, the same reason it says in the Bible, that's why. Why do you think this girl that's dressed up as a nun has her tongue sticking out? She's making fun of the sheep. Satan is waiting right on her butt because it's a reference to sex. Why do you think Rihanna's got one eye closed and that's a tattoo going shh in her mouth with one eye showing? Because it's true. She's part of that cannibalistic system. Why do you think this girl's got that tattoo on her vagina if you've seen it? Why do you think this girl's got a big dragonfly on her back? You've seen it. Do you know what dragonflies mean? Anyone know what a dragonfly meaning is in tattoos? In the European culture, it's associated with evil and the devil in a number of European countries. The insects start their life cycle as an egg, become a nymph, and finally making it as a beautiful, vibrant adult. Just like the locust coming out of the pit. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just kind of, my legs starting to like cramp up. I'm standing on this mat, but these are concrete floors. Okay, let's take a look at the Venom character. Let's take a look at Venom and let's put his face over here. And let's take a look at it. Is that a sheep? Is that negative space a sheep? Is that the head of a sheep? Are those two different sperm? Is that a sperm right there? Let's see. Are those two different sperm that makes the head of a sheep? Is that the same as Keene's Wiley's pain? Yes, it is if you've got eyes to see. Is that steering wheel the same as a bug? Is that the same as the female reproductive system? Yes, it is. Do you know what the word to mingle themselves in Daniel 2:43 is? They shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. You know what the word mingle is? It's Arab. Arab. What's happening with all the Arabs that are going into European countries? What are they doing? They're raping all the women. They're mingling their seed, Arab, with the women of the country. There it is, look. Arab, Arab. To braid, that is to intermix, to mingle self. Why do you think all these leaders of these other countries, sick weirdos like Angela Merkel and Macron, they want to influx all these Arabs intermingle. They want them to outbreed. They're outbreeding the sheep. They're outbreeding God's children. They're just breeding. It's a massive, sick, twisted breeding thing. Why do you think they're sending Arabs everywhere? Why do they think they caused all this conflict in the Middle East? So they could mingle their seed everywhere they sent them. It's no joke, right? Y'all starting to get this, right? Why do you think you got images? Why do you think y'all know what the Virgin looks like, right? Here, watch. Let's just do a Virgin de Guadalupe. I'm in San Antonio. There's a whole lot of that. Virgin de Guadalupe. Nombre. Okay, here we go. Take a look at that. Just take a look at the artwork. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Just take a look. See what it looks like. You see that little aura around her? Those are male and female energy lines, by the way, if you don't know what they are. It's very common. Just so you see what that looks like? Let's go back here. Why would you make an image of the Virgin a bug? Why would you put praying mantis with a rosary around it? Because it's true. Why would you do, look, these are different ones. Virgin. Why is the Virgin a praying mantis? Because it's true. Here's a guy with a tattoo of Eros and Psyche, and there's an angel that was stupid enough to kiss this woman. You know what it turns into? It turns into a bug. There's this bug, and there's the antenna. There's the abdomen coming around, the stinger coming out, stinging the angel, and this bug is no different than the shape of this wasp. I'll put it over here, same exact body position, and he's dragging this angel down a hall. And if you look down here at the angel's foot right here, he's being dragged underground by this bug that's stung him. Oh, death, where is thy sting? How'd you die? Angel kissing a woman. Let's rotate that tattoo this way. Is somebody trying to tell me that's not the head of a sheep right there? That's the eye of the sheep. There's the nostril. There's the lip. There's the ear of the sheep. That's a sheep. There you go. See the sheep? So here's a dead sheep. How'd the angel get killed? Kissing a woman. So, you know, here's a girl that's got, let me show you what the triple moon goddess is. The triple goddess. This is in Wicca. Another lunar symbol is the triple goddess. It shows the moon in three of its four phases, waxing, full, and waning. The phases of the moon are linked to the monthly phases of a woman's cycle. Reproduction. See those? Waxing, full, and waning moons. It's linked to the monthly phase of a woman's cycle, each running about 28.5 days in length. The lunar phases are also symbolic of the human lifespan. The waxing moon equates to growing up. The full moon is the peak of adulthood. The waning moon is old age, and the dark moon is death. The triple goddess is usually worn as a circlet on the brow and denotes the woman as a priestess. That's what this symbol means in witchcraft. Let me show you. Here's this girl with another type of bug that has a nymph stage. There you go. So you see, let's see. Let's take the triple moon and let's put it right where she's got it, right there. Right there on her chest. See it? Because this thing has a life cycle. She's connected to that underground race. This is a transmutation circle. This girl has a transmutation circle on her with a cicada because they have nymph stages just like dragonflies. Here's a picture of the Statue of Liberty. She's holding a cicada. It says, the most dangerous place in the world is between a mother and her children. There you go. Because she's the mother of all the bugs that are coming out of the pit, which is going to be a xenomorph invasion. Here is the Statue of Liberty from above. Look for yourself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Look up here at the 12 o'clock. Well, it depends on which way you're looking. Here are 2 points, and if you go this way and then this one goes this way, the 2 become 1. Here is a Kelipot. It is from Jewish Kabbalah, housing the essence of holiness, but it is inherently evil. Let me click on that so you can read it. It's called the Kelipot. It means a peel, a husk, or a shell. It is inherently evil, housing the essence of holiness, which is one of God's angels. Look right here. See, right here? There's 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So, the 2, this one and this one, as you go this way and you go this way, the 2 become 1. So the twin system turns into a singularity. There you go. And that, just like the Twin Towers, that's why the Statue of Liberty is standing on top of a hendecagram, because the Twin Towers became one. Watch. So here she is. She's standing there holding the penis in her hand with the imprisoned lightning, representing the twin system right here. And they destroyed the Twin Towers as a sacrifice. And then in their place, they built the One World Freedom Tower. The two right here became one. There you go. That's what this all means. Take a look right here. Look right here. See this cicada right here? Look right here on this girl's chest. Do you see this? That's exactly the center of a hendecagram. This is exactly what is in the dead center of a hendecagram. This right here. That's what's in it. Here's what's called the Citra Acra. It's the other side. Count the serpent's heads. Up here at 12 o'clock, there's 2. See, 1, 2. Let's start with this one on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a kelipot. It's serpents wrapped around a star. The star represents one of God's children, one of God's princes that fell, serving as the energy for the system. See, it's an 11-pointed star. This is all serpent heads. And there's the star that got trapped in it as a source of energy. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's go past. Let me do this. There's a girl that's got a dress that's a bug. There's the eye. There's the eye. There the mandibles are at her crotch. There is the double-headed phoenix. When you turn the double-headed phoenix upside down, it becomes this thing right here. Here's the obey. See, obey hat? You know what that represents? It represents Cain and Abel. That's what the obey hat with the 2 cherries represents, Cain and Abel. It's exactly what it is. Here's Stanley Ann Dunham's passport renewal application for Barack Obama. It says, Barack Hussein Obama Sobarka. Akrab Eos. The word Akrab means scorpion. Eos is angel of the bottomless pit. It means morning star. Eos. Scorpion, angel of the bottomless pit. Barack Obama's name on his passport. Here is an apple that has a vagina birthing the serpent, representing the garden, birthing the serpent out onto the planet's surface. Here's the Da Vinci Code movie. The A and the V are, one's right side up, one's upside down. That's the code. Here's the band Tool. Right side up, upside down. Here's the band Tool. It's a penis. Right side up, upside down. Here is I Pet Goat. There's an old lady trapped in a tower. If you think that's a tower, it's a penis. And she's trapped in it. That's why when I reduce it in size, you'll see this is a guy laying on his back. There's a penis. There's his thigh. There's his calf. And then look what's coming out of the penis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An 8-pointed star, Lucifer, the light. Here's the old lady trapped in the tip of the penis because she's dependent on that. She has a blood spot that dries up. It's a keyhole. I mean, and the adulterer and the whore. Okay, so y'all getting this? Yeah, y'all understanding that all this stuff is significant, every bit of it. I don't know if you guys ever watched these 2 women at the Women's March, dressed up as vaginas, stroking each other with these hands on sticks. Same thing as ancient Egypt. Here's a guy reaching out to touch the pharaoh with a hand on a stick. It's a demon. Here's Lady Gaga wearing a vagina as a headdress. Marvelous. Broken promises. Here's the Men in Black movie when the girl takes off and she leaves the planet. There's a big explosion in the sky. It makes an 8-pointed star, the star of Lucifer, right over the Statue of Liberty. And if you pay attention to the fireworks, that's a bunch of sperm. Let me see if that happens to be part of that folder. No. Let's see. Nope. Men in Black. I wonder if I should pop it up. No, I don't want to get it. I'll do that in another video. I'm getting kind of tired. My left leg's like killing me right now. Okay, so there you go. There's Barack Obama. Let me show you a picture of a Tyrannosaurus Rex and a sheep facing opposite directions. There's a Tyrannosaurus Rex. There's the eye. There's the eyebrow. There's the eyebrow on the far side. Here's the open mouth. The white represents the teeth. And then there's a sheep. There's the eye. There's the ear. There's the tongue sticking out. What's really disgusting is if I draw this in another way and I make this the back of the Tyrannosaurus Rex, that tongue of the sheep is actually crap coming out the back of the Tyrannosaurus Rex's rear end. And I can draw it in. I just didn't want to because I was so disgusted with it. So yeah. So there's Barack Obama. And I'll enlarge that. And I'll show you that Mr. Barack Obama has 2 sperm on his face. He's got a really large sperm right here. The tail bends and it makes a fang. This becomes a fang. That shadow becomes a fang. And this whole thing, if I color it the same color, eye of the serpent, eye of the serpent. This is the open mouth of the serpent fang. And this fang right here is a sperm. That's right. As a matter of fact, I need to populate this with the colored image. If you squint your eyes, eye of the serpent, eye of the serpent. It's one big serpent, but it's also a dead sheep as well as a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Bam. There it is. I Dream of Jeannie. She's got, anyone that's my age used to watch Barbara Eden. I Dream of Jeannie. There she is. She had her own bad twin sister. There was a good one and a bad one. But if you look at her costume right here, why are there eyes right here, which would make her vagina the mouth of either a bug or a serpent? Like that. Because it's true. There's the little demon. There he is putting on the skin. Girl, there's so many of these girls with these bug tattoos. It's just redundant. There is the predator. There is the double-headed phoenix turned upside down. Same thing. Here is the Vatican from above, and there is a mausoleum, and the whole thing is a key. There's the serpent. There's the tongue of the serpent. There's the Vatican. This whole thing is also a key going this way, the key of Solomon. And there is a pentagram right here. But if you turn it upside, if you were to turn this upside down, it would be the sigil of Baphomet. But let me show you what this whole mausoleum turns into. The whole thing is a dead sheep from above. Rats. There we go. I'll show you this key right here, the mausoleum. The whole thing is a dead sheep. The whole building is a dead sheep with its tongue sticking out. This data is so unbelievable. My mind is blown. Yeah. Y'all have seen that. You've seen Drake. There's Miss Marina Abramovic with a scorpion on her face. Isn't that wonderful? There's Miss Marina Abramovic carrying the black sheep amongst all the other sheep, because the black sheep are the ones they zero in on, and that's the one she's carrying over her shoulder. They zero in on the black sheep like myself. I was zeroed in on my whole life. So if you're a black sheep, turn to Jesus, because you're in a monster's world and they destroy sheep, especially the black sheep. The black sheep they go after big time. Okay. Anyway, let's see. There's Donald Trump's coat of arms. I want you to look down there at the very bottom, double-headed phoenix and a dragon. There's the head of the dragon. Here's the city of Waco, Texas. It's a V intersecting a V. There's a star and a crescent moon. It's two V's making a W for Waco. That's why they made it a W with a star and a crescent moon. And when you turn it upside down, it's 9/11. Angel of the Bottomless Pit. There's Taylor Swift. It's some music award with a big U on both sides of her. W. That's why the cross of Calvary is so important, because the cross of Calvary reconciled you and you. The double U got reconciled by Christ. Here you go. Here's Lady Gaga at the Oscar Awards. She's wearing a dress. It's got a serpent on it, and there's a spear going straight through where her vagina would be, where this triangle is. But what's even more amazing is that that represents a penis going inside. But wait till you see where this spear tip goes to. Let me show you. See the bug that's on her chest? The spear tip goes right to the mouth of the bug. See the big bug right there in the green? There's the eye, there's the eye, there's the mandibles right there. And so the spear tip, which is a penis going into her, simply goes into the mouth of a bug, and I will prove it. Here we go. I will take a picture of her with the spear tip right here. I'll take this one right here. Oh, by the way, obviously, the whole thing's a serpent with its tongue sticking out. There's the eye of the serpent, eye of the serpent, eye. There's the mouth of the serpent and the tongue coming out. So there's a serpent. There's a spear going into her, representing Lucifer, as in striking fast in Genesis with Cain. That's what the name Cain means, to strike fast, and spear tip, and it means also to strike a musical note. And so here is a spear tip going in what represents her vagina, and now I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it right, I'll take this one and I'll put it right over here. Boom, that's where the spear tip goes. Right into the mouth of a bug. There it is. I just put the whole puzzle together for you. Toot. Bam. There it is. Boom, right there. There it is. So, can somebody argue with all this? Yeah. So, now I'd like to show you that steering wheel again, and then like to show you a bug. There you go. Steering wheel. Bug. It's the female reproductive system as well. So, here's Dee Antverd, the girl that did the Alien. I Am an Alien video with her half centipede, half dragonfly. And here's a little thing from her, winking her eye, sticking out her tongue, deaf to deaf. And here's a picture of her. If you type in Dee Antverd, and I effing hate you. And she's got these pistols, and look what the clips are. It has a penis and testicles on here, and she has a winking eye and the tongue sticking out. Okay, do you know where you're at now? Okay, I'm going to wrap it up because my leg is just cranking out. Okay. There is Jonathan Kleck, that was drawn by Alex from Starbucks. When I walked into Starbucks, the barista kept winking at me and sticking out his tongue, saying, "Hey, how you doing?" I told the manager, "I'll bet you $1 million he draws a picture of me with a dead sheep." A week and a half later, I walked in, and there's the picture he drew of me. All I did was outline the sheep and make it white so you could see it. He drew a picture of me with a sheep with its tongue sticking out, which is no different than Azumi's bag right here. So there's really no difference between my picture and Azumi's bag, a dead sheep. There's no difference between my picture and this big dead sheep on this guy's back. There's really no difference in any of this. Let's take a look at Madonna. Okay, so remember the shirt, Shut the F Up. STFU, Shut the F Up. It's a vampire system saying, shh, be quiet. Let's take a look at Miss Madonna. Miss Madonna, God have mercy on her, man. She is in so deep. You can count on it that she's going to burn. That's terrible. Okay, so let's take a look at her. This is a very telling picture. So she's got one eye covered. She's got the letter M for Madonna, but you turn it upside down, it's a W. And she's got M for mother. One eye open. She's making the shut the F up. Other eye closed. And M for mother. Because she's part of the system. Understand? Very common. There's Rihanna. See, she's got a tattoo that says shh. She's covering one eye, representing like a serpent. And here's a really sad picture. This is us. This is all of us that got saved. We were this poor little angel that got caught in the middle of the right side up, upside down triangle, which is a hexagram. And we got trapped in there, and that's our prison. That's why that's the middle of a kelipot. That is the middle of a hendecagram right there. That is what's in the dead center of a hendecagram. Right there, and then in the middle of that is a star. A 5-pointed star, which is one of us. There you go. Now you understand what all this is about. I mean, let me ask you a question. Who could go through this much data? Guys, I have 10 more hours of data I could go through. I just can't keep going because my left knee is just jacked up right now. But yeah, this is it. Look at all this. Here's a hieroglyph of Akhenaten, another hieroglyph that I drew in, and there's a dragon coming out of the sun, which is a crescent moon, and the flame of the dragon is going right to the vagina of the queen. There it is. It's the same thing every time. Same thing every freaking time. This is a really good picture. I'll show that to you next. So look at Madonna's dress. Look at Madonna's dress and look at the largest altar in the world. Madonna's dress, largest altar in the world. There's no difference. There's literally no difference. There's her vagina. There's a spear going through it. The tip of the spear is in the mouth of a bug. There's a big serpent. Outside of this building's a serpent. Her dress is identical to the largest altar in the world. So, I don't know if you guys think it's at all humanly possible for one guy to show you all this stuff. No, it's not. And so I'm like, oh, my left leg is killing me. I'm standing on this, like, really spongy mat. But it doesn't matter. I've been standing on this thing for 3 hours. Well, at least 3 hours before I did this video, I've been standing here too. So I've been standing on this thing for about 6 hours. So anyway, do y'all get it? Let me tell you something. Let me show you. I'm just going to type into Google Images. Watch this. Watch how prolific this is. Females. Dragonfly. There are so many girls that have dragonfly tattoos, it will blow your mind. They are everywhere. It is insane. There's so many women that have dragonfly tattoos. And then when you go to one of these pages and you see all these dragonfly tattoos, you can click view more and it'll take you to other pages. There are so many girls that have dragonfly tattoos. It is insane. What is it? The most popular tattoo in the world? What the hell is going on? What is up? There's all these dragonfly tattoos on women. Dragonfly after dragonfly. And look, I'm going to go back just to the main page. Look, I can go to any one of these and I can click on, I'll just click on this one. And look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's a couple spiders. It says view more. I click on view more and it takes me to a whole nother page of dragonfly tattoos. Well, just imagine if you do that on every one of these thumbnails from the previous page. I just clicked on this one and then I went to view more. If I go down here and I click on this one right here, I'll just pick one. I'll click on that. And then it says view more here. I'll click on that one. It takes me to all, I mean, there's a never-ending supply of dragonfly tattoos on girls. What the hell? Apex predator. Apex predator. Do you get it now? Female host body is being used to hunt. That's what it's being used for. It was from the beginning, and it will be at the end. The same thing. Now, let me clear something up for people. If you're a female and you're married, it's okay to have sex. I mean, it's okay to have sex. It doesn't matter if you're married. You can have sex. You know what people go to hell for? Fornication. Adultery. If you're married and you're in a union with someone, it's okay to have sex. But if you're fornicating and you haven't repented, read the Bible. It says all fornicators, all whoremongers, all liars go into the pit. That's what it says. So yes, it's okay to have sex if you're married and you have a husband or a wife. There's nothing wrong with it. Okay? But we're being hunted by apex predators and they look really great. It's like, I like your dragonfly tattoo. Anyway, okay guys, look. There's more. I'm going to finish on this picture. There you go. That's a great picture. What a great representation. That sums it all up. There you go. Okay, I stand against you, Mr. Pope, because you guys are minions of the devil, and I'm here to tell you your time has come. You will have to stand and give an account before the king. Okay? Yay. I'm exhausted. All glory to God. All glory to the Lord God. Okay, and then I got so much scripture now, it's like just flowing. The Bible's wide open. Use eSword. Okay, God bless. I got to take a break, guys. My legs are killing me. God bless. Good night.